Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Showtime. It's your time. How y'all feel? What's the deal? What's popping? What's happening? What's going on? You're back in the lab with your favorite neighbor, your man Mark Nash. He is I am he. Another great episode of Breaking Beats. How y'all feel? What's the deal? Make some noise for yourself, man. You already know. It's my hope, my wish, my prayer that this episode brings you guys positive energy, health, wealth, prosperity, all that good stuff. As you can see, the title, the topic of tonight, we're going to talk about the Hollywood emasculation agenda. Is it agenda? Is there an agenda? Do we need to put a case on it? Is it a conspiracy theory? Is this just all in our mind? Are people just chasing the bag and they're going to do what they want to? Marcus, no agenda. White folks do it too. Black folks do it. That's why I said it's an agenda for all, not just blacks, right? The center of this conversation centers around Jonathan Majors. Ironically, we was just talking about this gentleman on Saturday. He recently did a photo shoot in Ebony magazine, and these are probably some of the most tasteful ones right here. I think this is like he got some lace right here. Handcuffed with roses. Okay, I don't know what that means, but we're gonna talk all about it. And we got a good show planned for you guys. I'm not gonna run the 5-minute count. I'm gonna run the short intro, and I'm gonna go right into it. I got a special guest up here co-hosting this episode with me. You know her, you love her, and we're gonna get into that when we get back. So I got a survey in the chat. I need to put this on the community tab and on Twitter. So let me do that. At first. Matter of fact, I'm going to run the 5-minute intro, but I'm not going to stay 5 minutes. I promise. Actually, I ain't even going to do it. That'll get them down there. They'll be like, no, I don't want to see the 5-minute intro. Start fucking show. All right, so let me run the short intro, and we're going to get right into the smoke. I'm going to do the neighbors only roll call, and we're going to have a good conversation. Shout out to everybody who's here early. And I changed up the intro a little bit. The intros are about to look a little bit different. Same music. Just added some of my my celebrity friends, I guess you would call it, my boxing celebrity friends, and yeah, in the intro. So we spiced it up a little bit, changed a couple of the graphics and just a couple of things. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm excited about this conversation. I'm excited to hear what you guys think about it. With that said, let's run this intro. Short version. We're gonna run the short intro.
This that squad sound.
Yeah, man. What up, though? How y'all feel? What's the deal? All right, let me get into this neighbors only roll call, and we're gonna start the doggone show. We're gonna start it off proper, all right? Let's get into it. Let's take it from here. As you always know, man, we like to start the show off with a neighbors only roll call, because without the neighbors, aka the members to the channel, the show wouldn't be the show at this level, and the show is growing at an exponential rate. So I thank you, and I thank God for you. Let's run it like this. Miss Queen Sunkiss, what up, though?
What up?
Rockman.
What up?
Juan Davila, aka Poxy Magic.
What up?
Beyond the Ring with Nonito and Rachel Donaire.
What up?
Kansas City Mac.
What up?
That guy Eclipse 330.
What up?
True Media Today USA Boxing. That's my guy, Coach Malachi Williams.
What up?
Tar Heel Resin.
What up?
Puto.
What up?
Stephen Bateman.
What up?
Food Revolution.
What up?
C Jones 0224.
What up?
KP from KC5.
What up?
TJR.
What up?
Matt Wade.
What up?
DJ
What up?
Karma Serene.
What up?
Ill Status Boxing.
What up?
Ace Retro.
What up?
Tank the Sweet Science Examiner, my brother.
What up?
Beyond Above Media.
What up?
Pittsburgh T.
What up?
SF City Slicker.
What up?
I Know Boxing.
What up?
Boxing Lounge.
What up?
It's Mex.
What up?
Mike from Boston.
What up?
Rod of the Storm.
What up?
Here to There.
What up?
Taylor Bell.
What up?
Maddie Yoel.
What up?
Cliff Bailey.
What up?
Con Shonery.
What up?
Lisa Bell. She never fails.
What up? Gangsta.
Cooking with the Champ.
What up?
On the mic with Terrence Bailey Sr.
What up?
HLD.
What up?
Cooking with Sir Sr.
What up?
Brandon Washington.
What up?
Lady Shan Dunn Dem Season, my UK girl all the way in London town.
What up?
D Bevel the Champ.
What up?
And of course, last but not least, member one, first member ever, my good brother Derek Lincoln, aka the Big Fish.
What up, gangsta?
Give yourself a round of applause. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Thanks for your time and energy. Without further ado, let's get right into the smoke. Got my co-host on this evening. Y'all know her, y'all love her, y'all seen it around these YouTube streets, and she's gonna help me navigate this conversation tonight. Introduce yourself for the people who don't know you, good sister.
Good evening. Shout out to Mark Nash and the CEO of Breaking Beats. Shout out to everybody in the chat. This is Memory, girl behind the mic, aka the Empress of Africa. No, I'm just kidding. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Nice to see you guys.
Nah, you meant that shit. You took the time to type that out too. You meant that. It's like you better respect me, address me accordingly.
So a heading section.
Right. So let's take it from the top. I got a survey in the chat, and let me just get your take on that first. Is there an Hollywood? Oh, I say an Hollywood. It's supposed to be a Hollywood. Ugh, I hate when I type stuff wrong like that. Ugh. Is there a Hollywood? I say an Hollywood. Damn, I messed up. Is there a Hollywood agenda to emasculate men? Yes. There's a Hollywood agenda. No, people are just chasing the bag. What say you? Let's start there.
It almost feels like a little bit of both, but I'll say yes.
Elaborate, break it down.
So while we were waiting to do the show, I was just doing some research, right? Because I was like, you know what? I've always, you see this all the time. Black male actors or actors that are breaking in, wearing dresses, or, whatever the case is. So I said, I've never paid attention to the white actors. So I pulled up some names. Leonardo, Henry Cavill, he's like the Superman, the Witcher, like he's an up and coming but been around for a while, and Ben Affleck, and I don't see any pictures.
Well, hold on, what Ben Affleck do? What he do that was fruity? Well,
no, I said I wanted to see, because I said, I've always kind of seen like the male actors and stuff like that, and always, and I've also said before, oh, I feel like there's an agenda, but I'd never really looked at the white actors, and I just pulled like 3, 1 up and coming, been acting, and 2 well-known actors, white race, and just to see if there was images of them in dresses, if there was something I was missing, and I didn't see anything. So I've always felt like there's an agenda to put Black strong men in dresses. I don't know if it's for them to not look so, I don't know what, scary, or I don't know, but the ratio is not adding up is all I'm going to say compared to the other non-Black top actors.
So who are the names? Like, I know Robin Williams, rest in peace. He was Mrs. Doubtfire. I'm trying to think of these other the white counterparts that you mentioned.
Leonardo DiCaprio, he's had a really good acting career.
He had a gay scene early on, right? Didn't he do a gay scene early on?
See, I'm just talking about photo shoots now, because I was like, if I go into movies, I'm not gonna finish who did what in movies.
The Basketball Diaries, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, but just the photo shoots, like this one here with Mr. Major, this is a photo shoot, right?
Yes, right.
And most times, so for me, I was looking for photo shoots, or like, and we've had like Black actors or sports people show up on the red carpet in a dress. So I'm looking for those on the red carpet or photo shoot. And so I didn't see that with Leonardo DiCaprio. I didn't see it with Henry Cavill. I didn't see that with Ben Affleck. Just the 3 I pulled up real quick. But like I say, there's so many movies, I'm pretty sure, I could tell by just looking at the thumbnail or the movie cover, like what the action is. But I was just going off of like the photo shoot, like which other white people are doing photo shoots in dresses for magazines.
So look, let's go here. So let's take it from here. I got a couple questions. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. All right. Do you think he sold out just by doing this photo shoot? I'm gonna share my screen so everybody can, because these are the worst pictures. I couldn't even put them on my thumbnail. I didn't even feel comfortable cropping them out, putting them on my thumbnail. I think people was gonna look at me funny. I know some people gonna be looking at me funny anyway because of the topic. They're like, man, why you covering this? Because I want to, and I can. I'm man enough to do it. I'm big enough to do it. I'm the big fish. So, but also seriously, though, I think these kind of conversations, most people run away from them, especially men, because I think some guys feel uncomfortable in their own masculinity. Some guys are very uncomfortable in their own sexuality and things like that. So they feel like, man, don't even talk about that stuff. That's gay. Ugh, I can't have it around me. It's gonna be my clothes. No, it's not. Never hoid of it, bro. You'll be all right. It's just a thumbnail.
Small head.
We'll be all right.
Never heard of it.
But this is the photo. This is the photo that's on the cover that had people looking like, bruh. Like, now, granted, I know some women who found this.
Your audio went out momentarily. Audio. Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I was like, look, that's the agenda right there. They don't want me to talk about this tonight. Hollywood trying to shut the show down.
The Illuminati's after you.
They trying to shut me down. Like, leave him alone, Martinez.
Leave him alone. You just jealous because your body don't look like that.
All right, whatever. All right, I'm on the Lizzo side of the game if that's what you want to go with. I'll have it. But look, seriously though, some women found this photo shoot very sexy. Some women said, nah, it looked kind of zesty. I've heard some women say, oh man, I want him to just do all kind of things to me. I've heard some women say, nah, I need a I can't. You know, he looks a little too moist for them. What's your take on it? Did you find the photo shoot very sexy? Did you find it zesty?
So the one with them with the red roses and the red shirt right there with the biceps right there. Oh, he could come get it. No, I'm just kidding.
He got on lace though. That's the lace shirt, ain't it? Okay.
I don't know. Okay. Looks so good right there. Just like
Magic Mike type shit. All right, go ahead. All right. You cool with that one. You cool with the Magic Mike side of the game. All right, let's get it. So shit off there. Go ahead.
Lace is sexy.
On men?
Yeah. On him. On him.
She said lace is sexy on him. All right. Better not be in there looking like Jack Black or something, right? Can't be in there looking like Anthony Anderson with the damn lace on. All right. So
but the one on the couch, super zest right there. When he's sitting on the couch there, where he puckers out his lips. Yeah. Yeah, this one, yeah.
How about this one right here? Sexy or like?
I don't know. This one didn't really do much for me. It just feels like a lazy picture, but I kind of get the idea.
He looked like come take me right there, but
yeah, I don't know. It's giving. It's still giving sexiness, but I don't know. That's all right. Pink is looking good on men these days. That one's all right. That one's all right.
Okay. And this right here, this ain't that bad. Just holding the roses. This pose right here ain't that bad. How about this one right here? Oh my God, he looked like Brandy sitting up in my room video right here. Sitting up in my room. Never hoid up it. Bruh, what is going on here? Did you find this one sexy or zesty?
Zesty. It's giving zest.
Yeah. Look like gay porn scene vibes to me. I'm just saying, I got to put a case on it, man. So this is where we at with it. So when you see these photos, right? Let's take it from the top. Do you feel like, because he doesn't have to do this to sell the Creed movie. He doesn't have to do this to sell Ant-Man. He could have just, when he saw the photo shoot, what they had lined up, like, nah, I'm good. What else y'all got? Simple as that. He really could have did that.
Right.
He chose to do this. What's your take on that?
And I'm going to probably sound crazy right now. Maybe he's so artsy and he thought this was an artistic view of it. You know, some of these people in this art industry and theater and acting and stuff like that, they go far for the trade. So I don't know if he thought this was being real artistic or something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's why he chose to do that. Mm.
Yeah, but is there a limit though? Because if you'll do this, like where what if you'll say, hey, I'm doing this for the art and for the trade, where does it stop? Where does it end? Where does it begin? You know, well, we see where it's begin. Well, we know where it's gonna end at. It ends on the casting couch. You know what I'm saying? We know where it ended. But where's the limit though? Is what I'm asking, sis.
Right. No, I get it. That's the good question. Where's the limit? You know, I would like to know why he did it like this. Like in my mind, I mean, I know art goes so far and it's so creative and it's part of theater, it's part of being an actor and all this stuff like that. But where does it? I don't know if there's a limit. I don't know. All I know is he didn't care, obviously, because he did these poses like this, like knowing that a lot of people are gonna have stuff to say about some of these poses. But yeah, I like you said, I feel like he didn't have to. But then I really would like to know what brought it to this. Was it being artistic or what? It's kind of remind me of it's giving like Prince with the butt cutout outfits. I never really understood those. So yeah.
Because here's my thing. When we talk about is there an agenda, right? If or is there an agenda, right? My thing is, people would say, well, what's the agenda, Martin Ash? So like, why would, what's going on? Some would say, hey, look, take, feminize the man, take the man out the home, feminize the man, how you say masculine?
Emasculate them.
Yeah, no, masculinize the woman, like make the woman masculine. How about that?
Masculine, yep.
Make the woman masculine, make the male feminine. Right? Depopulation is the plan, right? But when it comes to the case of the black man, when people talk about they want to emasculate the black man to take, I'm like, shit, all they got to do is put a pack in the hood. Like we've been out the house for a while. Some black men take themselves out the home. Some of it is the system take them out the home. So if that was the agenda, they could just keep doing what they've been doing, pushing lean, rap music, cocaine, crack, Glock 9, Tech 9. You know what I'm saying? Just keep pushing these false stereotypes about black men, and just they could have just left it alone. Shit was going bad already for the black guys. Some would say what is the extra push by doing this? Is it buck breaking? Some people call it buck breaking. What do you say?
The one of the things I could think about is the influence it has on our youth, right? When I look at the black community, what I do see is a sense of culture. Even though I've had some people say black community doesn't have, but I see a sense of culture. People, we can most of us confirm that in the houses that we're brought up in, there's certain rules that are set. You do this, you do that. We don't do this. And so if we normalize people like Jonathan Major coming out feminine, then maybe we could see more younger black males being feminine, embracing that. It's the only thing I could see, or think of the influence it will have on the youth to embrace that part.
Hold on, break that down again. Say that again. I'm listening. Say that one more time. I was reading something.
That's okay. One of the things that I could see it have an influence on is the youth, right? Because we say where they could go, they've done most of these things. Why this venue if it's an agenda? But what I could see is that they're trying to toil and pull at the black and brown children, right? When we look at communities that openly embrace LGBTQ, you would see that most times, even though people understanding now, people understand, LGBTQ. So we know that the times have changed, but I feel like the black and some brown communities, let me speak for black communities, the black communities, not all, but it's still a hard thing to have been processed. I don't think the black community has 100% accepted the LGBTQ community. And I'm not saying if your family has, that's good. I'm not saying every Black person. I'm just saying as a layout. I have a friend who she came out as a lesbian some years ago, but she hasn't told her grandmother. She's Black, their family's Black, but she has not told her grandmother. It goes back to that thing again. And I'm saying not all Black people, but I'm saying that I think maybe in the Black community, because there's not such an open embrace of the LGBTQ. So if you put Jonathan Major, an up and coming good actor, in our faces and soften his image up, or maybe feminize his image, then maybe the younger Black boys can think, you know what, it's okay to embrace femininity. It's okay to, I don't know, whatever. That's all I'm seeing. I'm seeing an influence for the youth, probably, if anything, is what I'm seeing.
So do you think he's contributing to the ongoing problem? I don't know if you can see the screen, but I got a graphic up here. You can see a lot of some of our legends, GOATs, Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, Tyler Perry, Jamie Foxx. Like a lot of these guys, look, Wesley Snipes up there, Tuan Fu. It goes back further than that. Flip Wilson. Like, because you don't have to do it. You can say no. You can say no, right?
Right.
And this is, I think, when you do this, people, and then you start having success, people will say, people don't just look at it in our community that, like, hey, you just put on a dress and it's role play, it's costumes, you're just playing around, it's being goofy, Some would say it pushes a stereotype of ugly Black women, like the Black woman looks like a man type shit, Big beefy bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like, beefy ass bitch, like, you know what I'm saying? They just with a mustache, like it's just like, damn. Some would say that. What do you say to that?
And that's where, an older past me would have stayed on the agenda, and Hollywood is out to get our man and all this other stuff. But now also thinking, I've been having a challenging thought with myself, like, okay, like when we look at the picture in front of us, right? Yes, they're actors just like Jonathan Major, but then would they consider it art as well? Would they say I was in character? Because we say they don't have to do this. So therefore, who are they doing it for? Is it that unsaid Hollywood handler thing? I'm now grappling with the fact, like, because I do feel like they don't have to. They don't have to put on costume. They don't have to do all of this. Or is it something I don't know, which goes to the agenda conspiratorial thought, where it's like, in order to make it in Hollywood, if you're Black, then, get a feminine character or a role and appease everybody. I'm not sure. Okay. But the fact that they don't have to is what's really interesting, All
right, let me go to my first call. Jerry from Baltimore, talk to me. What up?
What's up, Mark?
What's on your mind, big dog?
Hey, man. You know who Flip Wilson is?
Yeah, that's what I just said his name. Right. You must have been calling when I called.
Yeah, I just heard you say that. That's cool, man. I grew up, Flip Wilson. He was a funny guy. He has an interesting life story, too, if people don't know about him.
It got to be interesting. He wore a dress back then. Shit.
Yeah, well, that type of thing, man, has went on really since the beginning of any type of entertainment, It has, But what you're talking about here, the emasculating of men, absolutely. I don't know what it is. It's more with the liberal left. It's almost exclusive left thing, and they absolutely want to do it. I don't know, if you ever seen this commercial. They usually show it around Christmas. This little white boy sitting on the floor, and you see the Christmas tree in the background, and he's wearing some soft-looking like pajamas, and his sister gives him a pair of pink shoes, girly pink tennis shoes, and he looks at her and he says, "Thank you," in like the most feminine way imaginable, man. And at first glance, you look at something like that, you wouldn't think there would be an agenda behind it, but I don't know what it is, man. And me, I've never been one to bash gay folks. Never. Even when I was young, you know, gay people been around since the dawn of mankind. So is transsexuals. But, you know, older folks, white or black, that's where you get more resistance to homosexuality and stuff. Even though it existed back then, it's just people was in the closet with it, as you know, we know. People, you know, it wasn't like it is today.
Right.
Gays have come a long, long way in our society. They don't really get hassled no more, you know, and I think that's a good thing. You know, I don't think they ever should have been treated unfairly. You know, because I personally believe anyone who's truly homosexual was born that way.
Small head.
But old folks, they ain't trying to hear it. But you know, when it
I'm
comes
an old
to
folk
that,
then, Jerry. I don't believe you're born that way. I'm sorry. I don't believe God makes no mistakes.
well, people are born without their eyesight, right? What would you call that?
It's a deformity.
Well, if you look up homosexuality, if you look up its scientific explanation, it's described as a birth defect.
Yeah. Okay.
And if you talk to any,
but you know they changed that, right?
they
changed that in the DS. What's it called? The DSM-5. It used to be called a mental disorder, but the groups lobbied and had Congress take it out of there. It used to be called a mental disorder at one point. So you got enough lobbyists, you got the right people, you can get your shit classified to something else. They was trying to. I heard this agenda to classify child, like people that like little boys and little girls. It's an agenda to get that taken out and saying, hey, that's not a crime. They have a mental problem, mental health disorder. If you like children,
I would say I would agree with that. I believe it's a. You got to think about your sexual makeup is not separated from your physical body. Now, basic biology suggests obviously that a male should desire a female and a female should desire a male. But when you get true homosexuality, it's like, ask yourself, do you think anyone's going to be able to talk you into giving another man head?
All right, Jerry, that's your time on the call. That's your call right there, bro. I appreciate you calling in.
Hold on a second.
Tell me if they're going to talk you into it, Jerry. Leave me out of it.
Okay, all right. Well,
use
I'm
yourself
just trying
as
to...
example.
Okay, well, I just use a third party. You know, I'm just saying, that's not a club you get talked into joining. In my opinion, if a man is a true heterosexual, you're not going to talk him into homosexual activity. I don't care if his friends are into it or whatever. He's not going to do that. Now with women, I don't know, man. It seems like it's a little bit different with women. I don't know, but all the gay people that I know, and I got gays in my family, and all the gay people I've ever known, my whole.
The way you said I got gay.
Sir, have you ever heard of men being turned out
in jail?
Well, but see, to me, they're already gay. I don't think they, you know, but me as a heterosexual man, you're not talking me into doing that. I don't care what you say. Now, some people are gay and they always been gay. You know what I mean? All the people that I've ever known that have been gay in my lifetime, every last one of them told me they knew they were gay from a very, very, as soon as they discovered their own erogenous zones, they knew that they didn't desire the opposite sex the way nature intends. Okay, so and my aunt, she's a Bible thumping Christian, and she says to me just what Mark says: God don't make mistakes. But then I point out to her, people were born without their arms, their limbs. They're born with all types of mental disorders. Your sex and your sex preference is part of your biology. It's not something separate from your physical body. It's all in the same chemistry, and it can be defective.
But Jerry, when you're born and you're a child, you don't know what sex is. You don't even know.
Well, of course not.
Yeah. So I think that is learned behavior. Sometimes also, I know some people ain't gonna like me saying this. I might get canceled, but I think sometimes people are abused very early on, and the brain is so powerful they might black out that abuse. But I think sometimes it's some abuse there when you're a child and you're talking about I want to be with girls. I mean, a girl saying she want to be with girls or a boy saying she want to be with boys. Most people, if you're being honest, and you have a real honest conversation with them, you can listen to their story and find out when they got introduced to sex and fit sex. And it's usually they introduced to sex very early, or with some kind of something nefarious that went on very early on, or it could have been with a cousin. Like it don't have to be an uncle. I hate when they always put it on the uncles, right? Why it got to be the uncle? Could have been the auntie, but they always say the uncle, right? But it could have been a little cousin that did something with them, another child at school. But I think if you do some research on it, a lot of times those people have some trauma that possibly had there, but also the brain could suppress it and they might not remember it. But go ahead, Jerry.
But a lot of times they won't have any trauma, and still, if your carnal instinct is to be what nature intended, that trauma probably, at least in my estimation, it wouldn't override the carnal instinct. You're still going to desire a woman. For a man to desire another man sexually is biologically wrong. It's not just wrong on a moral level to some. It's not what nature intends, and that's a strong carnal urge. So for that to be denied, to me, and like I say, a lot of it is testimony, from people that I know that are homosexual. And I got a cousin. He ain't little no more. He's about 25, 26 years old. When he was coming up, man, he acted feminine. And
he was coming out. He said he was coming up and coming out.
They bought him more Tonka trucks than a motherfucker, man. They was buying this kid all kinds of Tonka trucks and army men and shit because me and his uncle and like got men in the family, we could see it, and the mom could see it too, but she was in denial about it. But they was trying to man him up and stuff, and sure enough, man, by the time he was 18, he was openly homosexual. Now, when he was little, did he know about sex? No, he did not know about sex, but you could just see the deformalities were there. You could see something went wrong in the molecular structure in his sexual DNA. And that's what people, I think, overlook. They think because we all learn about sex that it's not part of our biological and molecular, body. It's already built in, you see. So it can be defective. And oftentimes, it is just like any other brain abnormality. And that's how science defined it for years. Now, some special interest groups lobbied against that because they didn't like it being called a birth defect. That's another story to escape around what it truly is, because people won't use the term birth defect anymore because even people are so sensitive nowadays, they can't call shit what it is. But
sure.
In the end, I'm glad gay folks don't get treated the way they used to. But
right, because you want to be able to walk down the street in peace, Jerry. I know. It's all good.
Yeah. But I don't know. Also, I don't want them in my face with stuff neither. You know what I mean?
Well, nah, they're going to be in your face now. It's going to be on your TV. It's on the TV. It's on your commercials. Like, hey, look, they had a Cinderella movie the other day. I would have my daughter watch it. The fairy godmother was a man.
You never heard of it.
Turned the shit right off. But yeah, but thanks, Jerry, for calling in, man.
All right, Mark. Thanks for taking my call.
All right, my brother. Peace. Good call. Shout out to Jerry. Jerry said, I want to be able to walk down the street too with my rainbow shirt on.
You leave Jerry alone.
Jerry said, I just want to be free to wear my pink and pose with my book. What is this book you reading? Let me see if it.
I don't know. I was trying to read the.
What did it say?
It say that says Renda, Nenda.
Dreaming.
It says dreaming of something though.
With a P.
Somebody getting publicity.
Okay. But that's by design too, where the hand is positioned. Book. I want to know what that book is about. You know what I'm saying? What's that? How you say that name? Renda?
It looks like it's Renda. Randa. Dreaming. Does it say crazy? Crazy?
Let me see. Randa.
Crazy.
Is that Randa Ganzi?
Ganzi.
Dreaming of Palestine.
Dreaming of Palestine.
The novel is okay. Let's see what this novel is about. This novel is a passionate blend of poetry and prose, 15-year-old first-time novelist. Damn, she was 15. Dope. Creates a convincing portrait of a group of friends that have grown up surrounded by fighting gay people. No, I'm joking. She didn't say that. I'm surrounded by fighting and no world other than their own to the wrong with eloquence and the Middle East. Oh, okay. It's about life in the Middle East, the horrors of living and war, experiences, life-threatening friendship, growing up, falling in love, dreams of the future. Okay. That falling in love might be the gay part. All right, whatever. All right. Let's get back to it. Shout out to Jerry for calling in. Phone lines are open if you want to call in and voice your opinion. 404-692-1766. 404-692-1766. Call in and voice your opinion. He said, free country USA, even if you don't agree. I know that's right. Yeah. But here's the thing, though, Memory. I think I was talking to somebody the other day, and I won't say their name because I know they watched the show, but it's their story. Yeah, right. They watched the show, so I won't say their name. But they was talking to me about putting their child in private school because the child is doing sex ed right now. I think the child is like 8 or 9. And they was talking about the kid is doing sex ed, and at some point doing sex education, they're talking about anal. Now, I ain't the smartest person in the world, but when I did sex education, it wasn't just about talking about sex for pleasure. It was talking to us about STDs and reproduction.
Mm-hmm.
So it won't no anal talk. It won't no blowjob talk. I would have been interested. It wasn't no cunnilingus that's been going on. I didn't even know what that word meant till I was about 30. I was like, damn. So what do you think it's a limit? It's too early. When is it too early to talk to kids about sex, sex education and things like that? What say you?
I think 13. To be honest, 13 I think sounds like a good enough age for them to, if they ain't doing nothing already by then. But 13, I think will be a good enough age to absorb the information and to, have the information. 8 seems just a little bit too early, but I could be wrong. It's early. No, it's early.
Because
8?
look, I mean, because you want to teach kids to know about their body and know, hey, if somebody other than nobody should be touching you here. You want the kids to understand their body, right? Mm-hmm. Like nobody should touch you here other than the doctor or mommy or dad or something like that. And even then, if you feel uncomfortable, you should let somebody know. But to be teaching 8 and 9-year-olds about anal, like
small hats,
I never heard of that.
It never heard of it.
I mean, how you set that curriculum up?
Somebody was at the head of that curriculum, but it's too early. I think 8 and 9 is too early. It's scary. I wouldn't want my 8 or 9-year-old learning about anything sex, but not even the complexities of it as well that comes around it, such as anal and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, it was weird for me to hear that. I found it unsettling. And the person was like, yeah, we trying to put our baby in private school. I mean, homeschool, because this is too much. Why are successful blacks considered sellouts, but their white contemporaries are not? Because none of these men that we had on the screen right here were the first ones to wear the dress, but it seems like their community spoke out against it more than their white counterparts. What say you?
Honestly, I think it boils down to a cultural, traditional thing, which is absolutely correct, because I'm looking at myself internally as well now. The first thing you would think is the comparison, I feel, only because of tradition, because I feel like, let me speak for myself. Maybe it's because and this is no longer me, but maybe it's because I see growing up in such a black home, it's like these are things that men don't do. And it was talked about in such a negative way, right? Without further understanding. They are people men that do, these transgenders or whatever the case is. We didn't know about that, but you just hear about men shouldn't be wearing dresses, men shouldn't be playing with dolls, boys shouldn't be doing this, shouldn't be doing that. I had an older brother. So therefore, I think when we do see these talented actors, put on the costumes and stuff like that, then for me, I use my own preconceived notion and judgment from, you know, growing up thinking that boys are not supposed to do this, men are not supposed to do this. But once again, I came into an epiphany. Could it be the art? You know, maybe these men are being artistic, showing their changing character and portraying a feminine role. So, you know, you grow and you learn. But maybe that's some of the reasons why we may consider some of these black people as sellouts and not as successful as the white counterparts. I think for me, that's it. The judgment, you know, why are they in dresses? Why are they doing this? But they're talented. They're successful actors. You know, they should get recognition for their acting in these roles as well as straight roles. So I don't know. Maybe it's cultural.
I'm gonna play this clip. This is let me see. This is Tiny Lester. You know, he played Debo in the movie, and he talks about not doing your damn gay role.
I'm the most.
He's like, get you another black man to do it. I'm a God-fearing man. Like, that's not of God. Let me play this clip, and let me see. And we'll come back with some commentary. And I have another clip. Actually, I got 3 lined up, and we can discuss those as well. Here you go. Tommy Lester. Don't wear no dress. All right, here we go.
I'm the most feared man in Hollywood. They don't like me in Hollywood.
Why do they not like you?
I don't wear dresses. I don't do that gay stuff on TV. You had to get some other.
Can you hear him? Let me see if I can turn it up.
Yeah.
Son. Can you hear him?
Yep.
He said, I'm one of the most feared men in Hollywood. They was like, why are you so feared? He said, I don't do dress. I don't do that gay stuff. You got to get you some other black men to do that.
Why do they not like you?
I don't wear dresses. I don't do that gay stuff on TV. You had to get some other black person to do that stuff. I'm talking. That's gutter.
He said, and that's gutter.
But they all confess they love the Lord. But you cannot compromise yourself if you love the Lord.
He don't got turned up now. He got himself turned up, didn't he? It's almost like he's back in that boardroom wherever they offered him at with that manager and that agent, and he turned it up again. Let's go.
So I play tough guys, but young kids want to be soldiers. Young kids don't want to follow a guy to wear a dress. Yeah.
Woo, he had to clean it up.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, we know what you're talking about, Tiny. Go ahead, Memory. React to that clip while I cue up the next one.
Yeah, that's pretty. I'm glad he said that because it kind of also settles some of my concerns, which I felt like the agenda would be for the youth and to bring in and to make it normal, to normalize a softer version of a male and so forth. And him saying that he didn't have to just also opens my eyes to understanding that these people do have choices, but it's which choice they pick, whether they want to consider it the art or not. And I guess that becomes a moral compass thing on what they want to do. Because he sounded like he was a little bit religious, you know, when he's talking about God. So, yeah.
Gotta give me a long answer to that. Stretch it out a little bit. Go ahead. I'm still
no, that's okay. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm still conflicted. I'm not going to say I'm 100% praising it as art. Like I said, they're actors. So yes, my mind frame used to always be the agenda against male actors and so forth. But I just have been split. Like, could it be the art as well as the fact that their handlers are telling them to appear like this, to get more roles, to do this, to do that? Is there a secret code to surviving this thing? Which means that somebody, you know, had mentioned breakbacking. Is that, I mean, is that what we're doing?
Breakbacking, butt breaking,
buck breaking.
That girl said,
excuse me, I'm thinking about my back.
Yeah, you trying to get?
I'm thinking about my back and Jonathan Major, but
Yo,
What do you mean by that? Your
Back is broken.
a vertebrae or torture?
Spinal.
She said she's trying to get her back broken. All right, go ahead. You mad at you shit. Bust down, Tatiana.
Oh man, that's what I mean. What is it? Lovecraft Country or something? I don't know. But that was the first time I was.
I always skip over it. Like, my wife used to watch that. She told me it was good. I always skip right over it.
Really? Oh my god, it was so good. I had seen him before, but that show, I was like, yo, who this? It was a good show. It was a good show. It was a really good show.
Y'all girls just as bad as men. Y'all are
We are.
sacrifice face for a good body, just like men. We be like, shit, a body though. Look at the body. Y'all know if that nigga did not have that body or that money or that bag, yeah, that nigga would be right there at Walmart. That big ass nose looking at your ass funny and it's creepy ass. You be like, look at this gay ass nigga at Walmart following me around with his red lace shirt on, nigga. You ain't even got no line up. Look at your face. Look at your hair. Yeah, y'all be talking all kind of shit. That nigga got that damn bag. But I get it. All right, let's get this clip go. Let's get this clip. This is Michael Jai White, played Spawn, played a young Mike Tyson. He's been in a lot of movies. Tyler Perry, Why Did I Get Married? He's gonna talk about on turning down roles that was wearing a dress. And he was like, I won't sell out for money. Let's hear it.
Rather than you do take. Mm-hmm. What were some of the key roles you turned down?
Oh my boy, I'm good at like just deleting a lot of the.
So have you had, because some of the, like Lord Jamar from
this is courtesy of DJ Vlad TV. If you want to check it out,
brand new being a regular guest on the show, and he has a theory that black actors, male black actors, will never break out unless they wear a dress, and dress like a woman, and he used certain comparisons and so forth. Were you ever asked?
And look, my man, hey, Vlad laughing. My boy Michael Jai White didn't crack a smile at all. Like, shit, nigga, he ain't got no smile on his face yet. Let's see if he gonna crack a smile.
Ever had a role where you were gonna dress like a woman in that role? Had you accepted it?
No, it was a part of a comedy.
They try to get this nigga to do Big Mama House too. Never heard of it. He was like, nah, I can't do that one. He was like, be Medea's sister in part 2. He was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that one either. Let's hear what he said though. Let's go.
Dress like a woman in that role. Had you accepted it?
No, it was a part of a comedy. I was doing
That's how they always get you too, girl behind the mic. They tell you it's just a comedy. It's just jokes. Put the wig on. Put the dress on. Man, for you know it, they don't put fake boobs, makeup, high heels. You gotta pretend like you gotta kiss the guy. Well, you ain't gonna really kiss him. You're just gonna be so close. It's gonna look like you kissed him from the back, or from the front, but from the side. But it's not gonna. Yeah. You're not really kissing him, and it's just comedy. That's how they get you with it. Let's hear some more of this.
A sitcom, and it was just a quick suggestion. I'm like, I'm not doing that. And okay, cool. It was not no conspiratorial type of thing like that.
Okay.
No, I've never been. I've been asked to do. I don't have that kind of ego that I feel like I can do any kind of role to. I mean, I remember after Spawn, I was approached to do. These producers approached me to do the Marvin Gaye story. I'm like,
Marvin
Gaye.
Gaye.
Nice. No, I can't do that. I can't be some buff ass Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, you got to stock.
Yeah, come on. No, it's like I don't have the ego that you say. Yeah, I'm gonna go from Tyson to damn Marvin. Come on.
I'm gonna lose 100 pounds.
But but no, nobody's tried to get me that wear a dress. And I'm sorry, I can't go along with you don't make it until you wear a dress. People don't mind if you do. They don't mind if you. That's not me. That's not.
Yeah.
My career is an experiment on. My heroes were never actors. I did a thing where and I respect people who are.
He said, so let me hear that last part. He said, no, I don't. He's not going to say it's conspiratorial. He just.
One of those things, but but no, nobody's tried to get me that wear a dress. And I'm sorry, I can't go along with you don't make it until you wear a dress. People, I did a thing where and I respect people who are men, who are women or men who have certain integrity. I'm not going to sell that for nothing. I don't worship actors. I don't care how rich somebody is. You could be a rich asshole. You're still an asshole.
Preach. And the right memory. He ain't lying though, is he? He said, I don't worship actors. So I don't worship actors. These aren't my heroes. All right, let's play some more.
And I don't fear anybody. Nobody. I don't care if you're a billionaire. It doesn't mean anything to me. Like, you could get it. You know what I mean? Really. And I don't think I'll really come. I don't think people will try to test me on those type of things.
Cause you diesel as hell and you a kung fu master, like in real life. Like ain't nobody about to try Michael Jai White with that. But so he said no, but we're gonna play this clip of Nick Cannon. He's gonna discuss it as well.
I'm going to continue to. I have a fan base that believes in me, and
So it's not about selling out. It's about his image. It sounds like his fan base. He said, my fan base believes in me. Basically, I might gain a lot of money, but this gonna be my last big bag because the people who love me the most that got me here won't rock with me no more. Is that what you gather from that too, or am I picking up?
That's what I got too. No.
All right. Go ahead.
I think he just feels like his fan base is not or don't want to make that transition because they knew him as he is. So yeah, I could see that.
All right, let's play the next clip.
And building a business that is going to be supporting that fan base.
Yep.
And that's really the way I'm focused. And I'm going to be honest. My honesty and integrity is priceless. That's what it's connected to all the things that I cherish in my world, in my friendships and in my family. Those are the people that I'm in it for. Like there's nobody with a role. There's a lot of roles that, it's like I don't give a shit. I don't care about. Yeah, I'm like I don't care. Like it's not even stressful. It's like no, I'm not gonna do that. My manager and agents, they know.
Yeah, I mean,
it kind of reminds me certain things.
It kind of reminds me like Nick Cannon, like when he called me when he was considering quitting America's Got Talent because they made some comments about one of his and he was like, I don't give a fuck about that money. Fuck that check.
Right.
Like, $10 million a year. Fuck it. I'll make that somewhere else.
Yeah.
And he quit.
Yeah. That's
and he got a new show. Word was that you walked away from a $10 million a year.
Yeah. I mean, like, it was
it was big.
It was up there. Like, cause obviously it was for multiple years.
Yeah.
So it was even more than that at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, but it's like, whether it was 20, 30, whatever, it's like I was signed up to be on America's Got Talent for a very long time. And because I had been on it for 8 years already, I was the highest paid host on NBC. And, it's like, me and Ryan are the only ones that got to that level of being paid, crazy money to host. But I was like, fuck that money. Like I believe in myself. I'm bigger than this job. So you can have that. I'll make that money and more next year.
Exactly. That's it's that simple. You got a fan base, you got followers. Be you, do you. You know what I mean? Like, man, just like I can't imagine walking around with the angst of selling myself or feeling like I can't look at myself in the mirror. That's priceless, man.
Yeah.
So like it's a simple thing. It's not even it's not anything to toil over. Yeah. It's like I'm good. That's not me.
Right.
Next.
Yeah, there it is. It's that simple.
And memory, that's what you and I was talking about. They don't have to do this. They choose to do this. Champion Heart, what up?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I wanted to play that clip. For when Nick Cannon came on and he was talking about that as well. So talking about choices, right?
Choices. And that's choices, definitely. And that's the thing. It's like not that they're not determined to go far, but I never really heard Michael J. White talk as a regular person, but it seems like he's a humble person that's not enamored by all of the bells and whistles of Hollywood. So it makes sense to me why he wouldn't put on a dress and just do him, be satisfied with what he has. Because then does it go to the part of some people that really want to go up there and make it? I'm not saying Michael J. White didn't want to make it, but I think he's not driven by what maybe other people are driven by. Which whatever it is, the ultimate success of Hollywood, I'm not sure. But when I did look at their net worths, Kevin Hart, Eddie Murphy, Jamie Foxx, and Martin, they're multi-millionaires, right? Up there with their net worths. And Michael J. Hart's net worth is reported at $5 million. So is it that part where putting on the dress, you as an individual are trying to break all the boundaries of your career, I guess, and getting, I don't know, whatever it is, for more money, selling yourself for more money. Like he just said was a perfect example. Like, I don't have to sell myself, Is it that? Is it a humiliation ritual? Is if you started over here, but we want to see how much you would sacrifice of yourself, including your dignity, I don't know. But what's his name? Nick Cannon talking all that smack when he was the first one to go apologize when he said what he said about black people being Jewish or whatnot. I'm like, boy, you want to apologize because you knew that show was going to get yanked off the air if he did not apologize.
But they did yank it off the air, and they took everything from him. But then he filed like $1 billion lawsuit against Viacom, some shit like that.
All I know is he got it back and he apologized.
They dropped it. They gave him back his shit. He was like, "Yo, y'all can't fire me for some shit that I created and I own. Y'all can drop the show. Y'all can take the show off, but y'all can't have the show without me." And y'all just X me out like that. Let me see who's calling. 305. What's your name? Where you from, family?
What's up, Mark? This Pittsburgh T, man. Appreciate you, man.
What up, Playboy? Talk to me.
Hey, man. As far as this topic is concerned, man, I think like certain people got certain morals, and we too much of a capitalist society where people excuse away everything for money, based off of money, and they'll excuse away anything, things that we didn't want or we didn't grow up with, things that we were taught not to do. If people get paid, they will do it. And I bring all that up to say that the problem isn't like most people don't have a problem with gay people. They don't have a problem with the LGBTQ. I'm even saying that right. They have a problem with men who aren't even gay who are putting on these dresses to promote that just to get money. And then they go back in the community, and that's not even something they represent. That is a problem, because that's not even what you stand for. So what do you really stand for? And like you guys are saying, it's more so of choice than anything. And that's even bigger than Hollywood, because even on these jobs that we have, you have people who go out of their way to do things where they just don't have any morality behind themselves. There's less people who have standards than do at this point when it comes to a certain dollar amount. But there's more men walking around that they don't have a price tag on their genitalia than ones that do. Like there's no price you can pay for me to tuck my stuff up under me. I don't have a dollar amount, and there's a lot of us that don't have dollar amounts, but we gonna tuck our stuff up under. I don't give a fuck what you pay, and it's a lot of us that feel like that, and that's just what it is, because we are pillars in our communities. We have families. We have a lot of people looking at us, and we try to represent who we want, not even our family, but our generation of kids up under us to be, and that is always a choice. So I think it's more so a choice than the agenda. Of course, yeah, obviously they want us to look a certain way, but somebody can want you to do whatever they want you to do. It's up to you to make that decision that you're going to participate into that stuff.
Okay. Memory, reply to that.
Yeah, can you hear me, Mark? You breaking up? You breaking up on your end?
Yeah,
am I clear?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Okay.
It definitely is an individual moral integrity, moral compass integrity thing, because just listening to Michael J. White made me further understand, that there are options. You don't have to do it, but because Michael J. White is not chasing whatever the ultimate Hollywood experience looks like, and he's fine with where he's at and confident with where he's at, and he's not in that, all that stuff doesn't matter to him. So he's going to take what belongs to him and still hold his moral values. And it's kind of interesting because I think you can find small examples of that in our day-to-day lives, day-to-day jobs. There are people that will do what they need to do to get to the top. Some people do things, you know what I'm saying? And some people would rather pass over those types of positions and not jeopardize their morals and integrity. So,
but I mean, what's the top look like to a person too? That's the other question.
Say that again.
What's the top look like to you?
Oh yeah,
like what's the jump for a person?
Yeah, because everybody has their own interpretations of success, and I think at their highest, at their even at like I was talking, I think it was the Boston scholar. He was talking about, Mark, at your highest aspiration of YouTube, you would probably be, and whatever he said, I can't even remember, I was like, hell nah. He was like, for real? I said, man, I dream bigger than that. I said, I'm gonna own a whole network. You know what I'm saying? I want to have my own network type shit, bro. I'm not just want to be up here talking to y'all every night. I mean, I love talking to y'all. That's cool. But at my highest aspiration, oh nah, man, I'm on a whole nother level, man. I still have my main show. But I'll be so focused on making and producing other content for other people, you know, and helping them with the graphics, the title, who's gonna host this, you know, teaching them about how to facilitate, like my boy Megazar would say. Mark, you the best facilitator. Shit, it's managing personalities, knowing triggers for certain people, and knowing when to, hey, let me get in here. It's not went too far. I need to step in a little bit quicker sometimes. But I'm learning on the job. So, but like you said, Pittsburgh T, when it comes to success and what the top look like, it looks different from everybody else. So you're 1,000,000,000% right on that. But shit, click the link. I just dropped the link out there. Open the conversation up for this last hour, man. So join the conversation.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, yeah. Click the link for real, man. I rock with Pittsburgh T. That's my guy. Pittsburgh T, but he got a 305 area code. Somebody faking. Nah.
Small hat.
Nah, I'm joking, but that's why I always ask people where they from, because you can have an area code say 305, but shoot, I'm from Pittsburgh, homie. I just trap out of Florida. Shout out to our new member, Ben Adams. What up? And I'm a troll. Let me get the run button. Shout out to Ben Adams. Ben Adams, you right on time, because I might go to members only on the rest of this episode too. I was thinking about doing that. So only members and mods are going to be able to see it. Go ahead. My boy Megazar is in the building. What's popping with you?
What's going on, brother?
For all the new people who don't know, Megazar is the voice of
Small hats.
No, this brand. Megazar is the.
You never heard of it.
That is him. What's good, bro?
Yeah, it's crazy how that thing took a life of its own, bro.
I would not let it go. I don't put that shit on t-shirts, man. I had Nonito Donaire saying it. Franchon Cruz don't said it on the show. Christine in the ring, man. Fuck around. I'll say it in the conversation, hit the drop, and while we talking, for you know it, they'll say it to me. Never heard of it. I was
never
like,
heard of it.
God,
You never heard of it.
There we go. That need to be a segment. I need to have a whole segment called the Never Heard of It segment, where I just give y'all some useless information that y'all probably never heard of.
Yeah, shout out to girl behind the mic. Shout out sis. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Shout
out. I like Jonathan Majors, man. Everything he's ever done film wise, he's been a man in it. So when I saw him, you know, automatically, I'm not a anime aficionado, but I knew that was Doflamingo. I knew that was Doflamingo when he had the, you know what I'm saying? That's who he was trying to look like. And that particular shoot, to me, it was in the vein. I mean, it was a lot of pink, but it wasn't no dresses. He didn't wear no blouse or nothing. You know what I'm saying? He wore the flowery jacket, but I didn't think that was I didn't think that was worthy of an outcry, so to speak. None of his poses that I saw were effeminate. It wasn't like he was, you know, he didn't look like himself. He didn't look other than himself. He looked like Jonathan Major, except for that one time where he was puckering up his lips.
How about this one, man? How about this one?
I mean, that's a typical Ebony pose, like Tupac pose in the bathtub, butt ass naked with gold on, like,
and that wasn't cool neither. Shit, like, hold up.
You know what I'm saying? But ain't nothing
over there sucking dick, so they sucking dick.
No, but that ain't right there. That ain't. It's just a nigga wearing pink. Like, it's nothing.
What about the red lace right here? The lace shirt right here.
Oh, that's some Prince shit, bro.
Okay.
I mean, we grew up watching wrestling. Like,
he ain't mad.
That's what I'm saying. We grew up watching wrestling, bro. Like, swole niggas in the tightest of clothes, bro.
Okay.
And we didn't think, like, I didn't think these dudes was gay. I mean,
they was in character, like they was playing a character. But what he is, Jonathan Majors, doing an interview about Jonathan Majors talking about his movie. Why he didn't wear the character, like colors from the character that he playing in the movie, Megazar? I'm curious about that.
He had a stylist. Of course, they didn't let him. They're not gonna let him style himself. And it's supposed to go in with Valentine's Day and all that. Now, you know what I'm saying? What I would have wore that? Nah, because that's really not my brand. Like that's not my thing, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? But sitting down, I mean, if he would have had on a different color with a different shirt, like especially laying down with the book, that's really kind of, that's, you know what I'm saying? It's not a dress or anything to that degree. So I'm just saying.
You cool with all these poses though? This cool too? You rocking with? That's gonna be the new album cover.
Which one? You talking about when he leaning right here with the I mean, he got his shirt off. So they're gonna make him do any kind of, and the thing about it, more than anything, it gives me a Prince vibe.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
What about this one? You cool with this too? This cool. It's just
What talking about wait, I don't like how he got his lips all puckered up and shit. Like
why you gotta have his legs crossed like that though? Just because the other picture did it? Because the other picture got their legs crossed a different way. He didn't emulate that. Like this legs is crossed, he got his legs open. So obviously he had some say so. So why did he cross his legs like this?
Hey, for whatever reason, the person taking the picture, me, like I said, I wear my masculinity a little bit different than that. Like I wear my masculinity a little different than that.
How you feel about this one?
Which one where he laying with the rose and shit, man? It's photography, bro.
He laying like, take me.
Yeah, I mean it's photography, bro. Like I said, to me, this isn't the red flag. Like if we're gonna say about red flags, this isn't it.
But you know he has a choice though, right? He's Jonathan fucking Majors. He could say, I like something. I could wear a suit. Men wear suits all the time, and women still say they sexy. Having the shirt open a little bit, show a little chest, peck meat if you want to do that. You could have just been shirt off, or no shirt under the suit, or like the everything, the peak thing, the everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, hey, like I said, there's more. I would say, femininity going on in other places. Is this overly pink? It definitely is. It's definitely overly pink. Would I dress like that? Nah, I wouldn't dress like that. I don't wear abundance of pink. You know what I'm saying? That ain't my steez. I wouldn't sit with my legs crossed like that, like baby boom type of shit. That's what it looked like. He said baby boom, then cross his legs. Like that ain't my posture.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But every time I've seen him, he's been a man and everything. I like him. Is this necessarily ideal for Jonathan Majors? No, it's not. Hell no, it's not.
But it's not a red. But my thing is Majors contributing to an ongoing problem of emasculation of black men in pop culture? What do you say to that?
If someone said that, I wouldn't disagree with him. I wouldn't necessarily disagree with him.
I'm asking you, sir. What do you think? Is he contributing to an ongoing problem with this photo shoot right here in Ebony magazine? He could have did something else. You know that's technically a black magazine. So we get our black superhero guy up there looking like this. Like we couldn't do better? No.
I mean, could he have represented better? Of course he could have. Of course he could have represented in a better fashion, for sure.
So the question again, third time, is Majors contributing to an ongoing problem of emasculation of black men in pop culture? What say you?
It wasn't a big deal to me. It wasn't no big deal to me. If you want to go on record and say, yeah, I said, yeah, he was. But is this the red flag? Is this the rallying cry? Now the shit you got beside it is actually more atrocious. Okay. Men actually as trans projecting the trans imagery. That's actually more alarming. That's the real red flag. You know
I take that a different way too. When I see them doing this, I take it as them especially like when it's not like Martin undercover like a woman. When it's like no, Eddie Murphy's dressed up like a woman, Jamie Foxx, Martin, Shanae and Wanda, like just trying to say black women look ugly, look masculine, you know, because they're supposed to be ugly girls with high self-esteem, overly sexual, and they ugly, looking like men. You get what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
yeah, but
yo,
when
I
you
didn't
say
think of that as a kid watching it. That's me now at 40 thinking like
I mean, but when you see Wanda, when you see Wesley Snipes and Tu Wong Fu and shit
never
like
watched
that. No, but I'm saying that was
Yeah.
a movie
Yeah.
where he was, you know what I'm saying, or Holiday Heart or shit like that. That's more damaging. Now, if Jonathan Majors would have had on dresses and all that shit, yeah, we gotta count. Like when you do stuff like that, I gotta
rapid fire. I got a couple more questions coming as Pittsburgh T. The same thing. Is there an agenda causing the feminization and emasculation of men, in your opinion?
For sure.
Yeah, it's definitely. Well, look, there's a.
Hold up, Pittsburgh T. I was asking him. I said I'm gonna go to you right after that. Go ahead, Megazar.
For sure. And it's even more prevalent in some of the food. You know what I'm saying? It's phthalates in the chicken. And depending on what zip code you're in, if it's a lower income area, there's certain things that they put in food to promote that. It's certain chicken that has a higher estrogen count. Like it's like that could be scientifically proven. So it's more than just the actual culture. It's more than just the actual Hollywood culture. It's what you're eating. It's what they're trying to create the social climate to be. So yeah, for sure.
All right, let's go to Pittsburgh T. What up, bro? Welcome back.
What up, Mark?
All right, let me ask you this. Let's take it from the top. I got a couple questions for you. Want a couple answers? You can break them down. It's 5 questions, so try not to take way too long on one.
All right.
First question: did Jonathan Majors sell out, in your opinion?
If he's not gay, if he's not, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
In this Ebony photo shoot, not saying, yeah, go ahead.
If he's not gay, absolutely. If he's not gay, why is he promoting this? What's the point? If you're not gay, you're not a gay man, then why promote this? Because this is not even representing the essence of what you are or what you want your kids to be. So why are you promoting this? This is actually, that would be a sellout because you did something you normally don't do for money. That's in the essence what selling out would be.
Deep. I like that. Is Majors contributing to the ongoing problem of emasculation of black men in pop culture? What say you?
Absolutely. Even more so if he's not gay. Now, if he come out and say he's gay, then cool. No problem. That's what we have no problem with, what you expressing who you are. But if this is not who you are, absolutely.
That means you're doing this shit right here, knowing how it looks and how it might seem, even though you're not that. Okay, I got you. All right, I like you. I like the way you flowing through them too. Why are successful blacks? I said blacks. Yeah. Why are successful blacks considered sellouts, but not their white contemporaries are not? Often they worked hard. They were smart. They was dedicated to their craft. You nigga, you sold out. You part of the Illuminati. Is devil worship. Yeah. What happened? What's up with that?
I think it's, to me, like we look for people who have means in our communities a lot more than others because it's so few of them. So like by automatic, you automatically have a certain kind of burden. Now, you can assume that this person would have some kind of morality. Money doesn't make you have morality. So we assume because such person has money, that's what we assume. And a lot of times we're sadly mistaken to the ones that are really pushed up to the front. But there's a lot of people who do their thing in the quiet and they represent. You don't really hear a lot about it. So I think it kind of go both ways with that. There's plenty of people who do the wrong thing, but it's equally amount of people that you don't hear anything about that do the right thing.
Last question: is there an agenda causing the feminization and emasculation of men as a whole, not just black men?
I think it's even so more in black men, and I'll give you a prime example that'll kind of wrap this in a tight bow. if you look at the military movies that we had, even from when we was kids up until now, you just recently start seeing black men in military movies. Like you could go an entire motion picture where they spent millions of dollars on this film, and you won't even see a damn black cook in a fucking movie in the military. When anybody who's in the military knows plenty of black people. So yeah, when
we got Bubba in Forrest Gump, gave us a big lip nigga that couldn't talk.
Yeah, see what I mean? See what I mean?
That nigga had
see what I mean?
All night. I'm like, yo, I didn't even think about it until you said it, Pittsburgh T. Bubba was looking like blackface type shit.
See what I mean? See what I mean?
Dumb, like Forrest. He was slow. He was like, Bubba, you dead? And no, he was like, Forrest, am I dead? He was like, nah, yeah.
See what I mean? See what I mean?
Shit, this nigga third out. All right, so that's deep. That was hilarious. I didn't even think of that. I think it was a big deal when Spike Lee just did that Vietnam movie, I believe. With the brothers like going back to Vietnam to get some gold they left over there, and that shit was a movie, man.
But look at the platoon and the platoons and like look at even the spy movies. Like you look at all the governmental officials where you got CIA, the Mission Impossibles. Like a lot of governmental officials that black people, black men would have those roles and they're not absolutely just X'd out. They're even taking so far as, okay, you can't have the lead role. You can't even be the fucking extra dude. And if you do, we're going to make you have some kind of ridiculous deformity or some kind of ignorance that we'll just put you on the back where you just stand all the way out. You might as well just paint some fucking shoe polish on your face because you're finna be a straight clown right now. That's what it used to be.
Okay, let's go to Food Revolution. Food Revolution, what it do, sis?
What up, what up, what up?
Oh, staticky. You on that iPhone?
No, I got the headphones on. Hold on just a second. Hold on, I'm gonna meet you. Hold on.
All right. But yeah, that Spike Lee movie on The Five Bloods is very good. While we are waiting for it to get our audio together. What do you think of? Oh, there she go. Go ahead. Food.
Can you hear me?
Perfect. You sound like you standing right here beside me. Got a couple.
Damn it! I just got a brand new fucking iPhone, and I thought that I could use the headphones, but I guess not.
I think it's the browser though. Are you on Safari? Like you use the automatic?
Yeah, but it's only because it's easier to hook onto YouTube with the Safari. But I'm gonna have to use the Google Chrome or whatever.
On the panel though, StreamYard for some reason doesn't like the Safari browser. They're just not good friends. So I can always tell when somebody got an iPhone. And then it'll start off good, then it'll get worse as the conversation progresses. But you got to use like Google.
I have to be on speaker for you to work. It sounds
you're in that work. Yeah, just don't move the phone around too much, then.
Okay.
Because we can hear all of that. Got a couple questions for you. Try to get a couple answers from you. All right. You've been watching the show about an hour. Did Jonathan Major sell out with his Ebony magazine photo shoot? What say you?
At first, I thought so. But then looking at it a little closer, I think he's just trying to pander to a different demographic of women, maybe some men, I don't know, but some women like that, like back in the day, in like the 90s, the male strip clubs were more popular with the heterosexual women. And I was never really like into that shit. So some women kind of like that shit.
So, but wouldn't that be the definition of selling out? Compromising your morals for something else? Wouldn't that be selling out?
Well, are we talking about selling out to like gays or just selling out in general? Like are you trying?
Like if that's not you and you're doing it, that's selling out. That's what Pittsburgh T said. Pittsburgh T actually described what you just said and said that's the definition of selling out. Like yo, if he's not gay and he's doing this, or trying to pander to a different demographic, yeah, he's selling it out.
Well, is the Thunder Down Under gay?
I don't even know what that means. What that mean?
That's them white men. I just seen a billboard out there. I work in a white area. Them white men that be, from Australia that be doing the strip tease in Vegas and shit. They go all around the world with it. They look gay as fuck to me, but the white women like it.
No, but that's what but we would have to know if that's what they into. Like if you're not into that,
But they're not pandering. They're not pandering. They're not gay strippers. They're pandering to women. Women like it. They spend a lot of thousands. That's what I'm saying. That there are certain women who like that kind of shit. I'm not the kind of woman who likes that kind of shit, but if you ask me, so.
All right, let's go to this next one. Is majors contributing to an ongoing problem in the ongoing problem of emasculation of black men in pop culture? What say you?
No, I don't think so.
Short answer. Okay. These two are kind of together. Like when you're black and you're successful, it's called like the illuminati, is devil worship or other nefarious things by blacks. Why is that when you see successful white folks and we don't say that they just worked hard or either their mama, daddy gave it to them, but they're just smart, they worked hard for it, but you, shit, your life started changing, and when you didn't hit the lottery, nah, you Illuminati did it. It's devil worship, something nefarious. You got bought off. You'll sell out. Something had to happen. What say you?
It's an inferiority complex, and the only black people or Hispanic people or whatever people are saying that are the people who have not really seen too many examples of people being successful, wherever they come from. So it's a foregone conclusion for them. They don't really believe that it's attainable. So of course you're going to think that. And there are a lot of people who still don't really see very many examples of successful people who look like them outside of Hollywood.
Is there an agenda causing feminization and emasculation of men, in your opinion?
Yes.
Speak on it.
Well, I guess I would have to kind of say yes and no. I think that we've gone from one extreme to the other. As far as Hollywood goes, we'll just stick with the Hollywood persona of men in general. In the 90s, as far as black and Hispanic men and even white men, it was all about the tough guy, from wrestling to gangsters to, the black and Hispanics were the gangsters, I guess. So they were ultra masculine. Now we've gone to a little bit more tolerance and try not to be so to that extreme. Now we've gone to the opposite extreme of kind of feminine. So we got to find the middle ground.
All right, let's go to Sir Senior. Sir Senior, what up?
What's up, bro?
Talk to me. I got a couple questions for you, then we can open it up to everybody, let everybody get their take off. Did you see the Jonathan Majors photo shoot and on Ebony magazine? Did you think Jonathan Majors is a sellout? What did you think?
I thought it was horrible, and yes,
sold out. All right, it's pretty short. Let's get right to it. Is Majors contributing to an ongoing problem of emasculating black men in pop culture?
Most definitely, because he didn't do this before now, but now that he got 2 movies coming out, now all of a sudden he gotta be the Pink Panther. Miss me with that.
Man, you almost made me spit this water everywhere. Bro, that nigga said the Pink Panther. Hilarious. Go ahead, Sir Sing, cook up.
Yeah, it's funny to me that people will say, okay, well, maybe he's just addressing himself. He's being himself. Okay, well, the only people who hid anything about themselves was because they thought it wasn't acceptable to the popular culture, or it wasn't the going thing. Lettuce, guacamole, bacon, and tomato runs the industries now. They get more rights than, as they would say, traditional people get rights. So there will be no reason to hide the fact that you was of, as they call it, alternative lifestyle,
right?
All this time, you just wanted to do what you wanted to do. You wanted to get the money, the fame, and the recognition doing one thing,
famous,
but living a different way.
Okay, yeah, but that's what I was about to say. But he's already famous. That's why I was like, he don't have to do this.
He don't have to do it. And even if he is of that lifestyle, what did that have to do with on Black History Month doing this? What did it have to do with it? Why'd you need to do it right before your 2 movies drop? What was the big rush on purpose for you to do it now, and it wasn't a big rush on purpose before?
Yeah, because here's my thing. Like, the Ebony magazine, the target audience is the African American community. you already got our support. You don't have to do this unless you're trying to target, corner the market. Last question. Actually, it's two more. Why are successful blacks considered like sellouts, but often their white contemporaries are not? Like when you're black and you're successful. Well, I guess even with white folks, I do hear them saying certain people in the Illuminati over there. But when you black and you successful, man, you sold out. So you did call the man a sellout, so that's why this question is there as well. But sometimes you're a sellout, or it's devil worship, Illuminati. It got to be something nefarious. It can't just be you worked hard and you earned it. Like that Beyonce video I did, man, got almost 200,000 views since the Grammys. That was only a couple weeks ago. It's really short. It's a YouTube short. Almost 200,000 views on this shit. You know why? And the comment shit is probably almost 3,000 comments. People are calling this woman a devil worshiper. They saying she bought the award. It's like she can't just win. She just can't be popular because it is a popularity contest. It's 12,000 votes of your peers. But yeah, everybody think this girl bought this shit. I'm like, well, why she buy all of them?
Her lane. That's something that they do is they make money off of anything possible. Everything is for sale with them. Plus, she has done things that was, of the occult blatantly. So, I mean, you got to call an apple, respectfully.
I don't think a lot of these celebrities and entertainers understand everything that they're doing. Like the guy goes up to him, the person who went to school and studied art, or the person who knows art and what symbolism means. I don't think they explain to the artist all the time, and the artists understand everything that's going on. They just say, "Oh, this shit look cool, good lights." Got somebody probably say some shit about my show. He has those eternal flames going in the back. See, why is those flames on the loop? See, his show is about the devil and it's those eternal flames. Like they'll tie the shit into that. Why is colors red and yellow? Like, cause McDonald's is red and yellow and it's successful, nigga. That's why I picked it. Surprise. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it, but people have it is a psychology to colors though. That's why you got the red, yellow, and green lights. That's why a lot of fast food stuff has yellows and reds and oranges in it, orange colors in it, because but they teach you that in marketing and advertising, and how colors work and how your brain reacts to colors. It's not necessarily always something nefarious though, right, Sir Senior?
It's not, but when you choose to only pick, or not so much only, but mostly pick things that's nefarious, the proof is in the pudding.
All right.
And for the record, Beyonce is level as her intellect is at the level of a genius. And Jay-Z's is right above that. And they're very read people. Their Google definitely works. So there's no way that they're doing these things without understanding what it is, especially when they've had countless interviews going over these things, especially for Beyonce was supposed to be a diehard Christian when she first came out.
Fair enough. All right. HLD, what up, bro?
What's going on, Mark? How we doing, man?
Oh shit. Last question, Sir Senior. Is there an agenda to causing the feminization and emasculation of men in general, and also making women more masculine? So making men more feminine, making women more masculine. Do you think it's an agenda to do that? Or is that just people doing what they want to do and this is all in our heads?
No, I think people get pushed into that and think it's more so I'm just doing what I want to do. It's not. A lot of times you're led to that. They push you to that because simply if men aren't mating with women, then there's no more kids. If a woman is willing to mate with a man but not willing to live with a man, then that means both of those two people need somewhere to stay. It makes them more money. So it helps them work on population control and it makes them more money. It's very simple. Follow the money. They teach you that in business, marketing, politics, everything. Follow the money. So follow the money.
Okay, go ahead. HOD, what up?
What's going on, Mark?
What's popping? What's on your mind, big dog?
Hey, man, I'm trying to chime in on this bitch assness this country's going through.
Go ahead, spit your shit. Go ahead.
No, you had some questions, to spit them out.
Well, some of those questions refer to black folks. I ain't know.
Nah, man. Hey, you throw them out.
I reworded to fit your crew. Here we go. Did Jonathan Major sell out, HOD?
No, because if you look at that picture, he looks like a fruitcake. So I think he's just playing along to what he is already.
Okay, he came for the shits. Okay.
It's as simple as that. A real man ain't gonna play that pussy role, man. A real man ain't gonna be like, yeah, man, I'm okay with that. Let me look soft on this. No, man, men don't do that. If you got a soft side in you to do that, then that's who you're expressing yourself to be. It's not a sellout. I don't see it as a sellout. I think it's just pushing out more than what is okay to be nowadays, and pushing it down everybody's throat. You know what I mean? It's exactly what that last question that you had. Do we have a thing about emasculating men? Absolutely.
You told you want me to ask the questions.
Well, I'm heated about this, but yeah, go ahead.
I can go and get your bars off then. Go ahead.
I mean, it's been an agenda for many years in this country to emasculate men. And now what we're doing is pushing the community, the LGBTQ, to bring it out as it to be the normalization of the world. And it's not. It's only in this fucking country. And it's only happening because, we live in a soft world in this bubble of the United States, because this soft ass shit will not happen in any other place around the world where you have to be a hard man to take care of business. You can have this bitch assness that you're trying to promote in this country. They were a laughing stock. We're being controlled by having the men being soft ass pussies now. Where are the real men going to be at when the shit hits the storm? We're not going to have real men because they're going to be like, owie, that hurts. You know what I mean? Where are the fucking men at? We calling men now be toxic because we cannot be men? Get the fuck out of here with this shit, man. Yeah, all that shit that dude is doing, fuck him and his bitch assness. I don't appreciate that shit. We're pushing this shit down our kids' throat. This is Walt Disney, the world of the soft asses who've been pushing this shit down our kids' throat for many years, subliminally. And now if you see it, it's now become more open and more open. It's just okay. It's a choice. Used to be being gay as a man, that you were born that. You could see that fruitcakeness. You saying that it's about emasculation of men. Bad Bunny's playing that bullshit with the Puerto Ricans, man. It's not only a black man, it's a thing. It's all across the board. You know what I mean? They're doing this shit, pushing it down the throats, making it's okay to just be a choice. It's not that you were born gay. It's just like, nah, man, I just want to eat some dick today. That's all. I mean, I just feel like having that on my menu. It's okay to have it like that. No, man, this bullshit that they're pushing as an agenda in this country is pathetic. I'm totally against it. You know what I mean? I respect, you born that way, you are that way. I respect that. You know what I mean? There's nothing, but I'm not going to support it. I am definitely not going to support this shit.
Hold on. Now, to be fair, Bad Bunny, it ain't no pictures of Jonathan Majors kissing somebody. Bad Bunny is kissing one of his backup dancers on stage.
It's in the same realm, man. He started off slow. He started off slowly, wearing the makeup, wearing the thing, the dress, and that, and then he just keeps on pushing the limit.
Maybe
That's all.
Gay though.
I asked him that. To me, he is. Ricky Martin, for an example, was another popular Puerto Rican. Since I was a kid, I knew he was gay. You could see the fruitcakeness in him, right? He was gay. So it's not like he was being a sellout. He was just being, be in the closet, and I wanted to come out with it. But I mean, everybody who knew he was always gay. That wasn't a surprise when he came out to the American media that he was. That in the community of the Puerto Rican community, we already knew. That was no surprise. But what they're doing nowadays with Disney and all this shit, hell yeah, man. It's an agenda to make this country soft. You can control them.
More fruitcakeness.
Hey, man, you can control soft men. You ain't going to control a man who's going to be argumentative right back at you to your face.
Or to your avatar. Whatever comes first.
Yeah, whatever it is, man.
Let's get into it. Let me go to the next question, HOD. As if you needed him. My boy is in red form. Let's go. Is Majors contributing to an ongoing problem of emasculation of men in pop culture?
black men, white men, Puerto Rican men, Latino men, no matter what fucking man. Yeah, it's having a problem with all that because that's what, like I've been saying, it's an agenda being pushed by the elite who are on the top, who are a bunch of fruitcakes themselves.
Okay. Like when you see people are successful, like I know they do it in the Latino community as well. When you having some success, somebody bought you off, or the devil, you devil worship, or is other nefarious things. Why do people think when someone else is successful, they had to do something? They had to do something or give up something to get their success.
Well, because in certain circles, that shit like that really does happen. So, I mean, is it across the board always like that? No, but I do believe that there, in certain sectors in these communities, you know, the high powers would make you do some fucked up shit to make it to the next level. It's no different than women in some, you know, in the old days, a lot that used to happen. Not to say it doesn't happen nowadays, but where, you want this promotion, but you're gonna have to suck this knob for a minute. You want that promotion, right? So that shit does happen. I mean, that's a fact.
All right. Well, shit. Now, everybody had a chance to go through the questions. Got their bars off, so it's open conversation. Anybody have anything they want to reply to what anybody else said? That's cool too. Go ahead.
I was just gonna touch back on that. We're not focusing on a extremely crucial aspect of the feminization movement. The phthalates in the chicken, and I gotta stress this. If you don't know what a phthalate is a salt or ester of physic acid, and it's specifically a phthalate is a substance added to plastics to increase their flexibility, transparency, durability, and longevity. So when you put that in chicken, what happens is it has an effect on the hormonal balance of any organism that it partakes. So whenever you put phthalates into something, it automatically starts to alter the developmental, the function, the hormonal dependent structures of the reproductive system. So that means it's going to attack, for a male, it's going to attack it's an endocrine disruptor. So what it does is, as a man, it lowers testosterone, raises estrogen. In a woman, it lowers estrogen, raises testosterone. So that's pretty much what it does. In the cultural aspect, what we see, yeah, you can see that. But what we're not talking about is the actual food aspect of this. The multiple dyes in the Takis and the flaming hots. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's where it is. It's not that I don't eat chicken. It's where you eat chicken.
It's the question. I'm just asking the question, bro, because I ain't gonna lie, it kind of confused me. It was a lot that was a lot to intake for me at 1 a.m. on the East Coast. So basically you saying don't eat chicken? Is the chicken is bad for me? Like,
no, what I'm saying is that it also spread it to the food. You can't. It's not just about entertainment where they're effeminizing. They're feminizing you in every aspect of life. It's beyond just entertainment. It's beyond any of that.
Nigga, I've been eating fried chicken almost 40 years, nigga. This shit hasn't got no effect on me like that. I'm sorry, bro.
Nah, guess
bro,
what?
I gotta put a case.
I mean, you can put as many cases you want. I'm just saying.
Fried pork chop, fried chicken, man. My grandma tried to maybe eat chitlins one time. I don't eat steak, shrimp, lobster,
all that. And guess what?
Ain't making me turn no kind of way.
Yeah, and this particular agenda just started around 2020 or 2012, I believe.
Nigga, I've been at Popeyes 100 times since 2012. No effect on me like this.
I mean, it may not, but also watching Jonathan Majors posing that shit ain't had no effect on you either. So while you joking, I'm saying it's a reason why there's a wave of gay shit going on in our community. It may not touch you. It may not touch you, but
I'm immune to the poison in the chicken.
But I'm just saying you wouldn't see Jonathan Majors dressed like that. I'm like, you know what? Let me go put that shit on. You know why? Because it isn't suggestive to you. It isn't necessarily got up to you. And I ain't making nothing up. Like I said, all this could be researched.
All right, let's pass the mic, man. Cause then you go with the chat. Go ahead. Let everybody else jump in. Go ahead, ladies. Let one of the ladies get in real quick. And then since we got two ladies up here, go ahead, girl behind the mic. You've been quiet for some time. Go ahead.
No, I'm just still trying to process what Megas are saying, but
more chicken for you, Bo.
Well, no, I mean here's the thing, right? I hear what Megas are saying. No, I'm not laughing at you, Megazar. I'm just about to.
I'm laughing at the comment.
I'm just about to say no.
Popeyes was like 20.
Oh yeah, I was trying to think. Them chicken sandwiches when we was talking about chicken, I was like, oh dang, we've been eating chicken.
Niggas went to somebody in prison right now. As a matter of fact, it's more than one person.
Mark, I'm eating my mother's fried chicken right now with some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, and this man talking about chicken fucking me up. So I'm like, what the fuck?
Don't fuck your heart up though with that Sweet Baby
Nigga,
Ray.
we just heard you wax poetic about it, what a nigga got on, bro. And you were emotional as hell about it.
Well, no, I'm actually thinking about what you said, my man. I'm like, damn, it can't. This should be. I gotta look into it because I never heard of what you said.
No, you gotta look into it. That's what I'm saying. Look, don't take.
No, I'm not doubting it. I'm just saying, like, damn, I'm eating my chicken now. I'm doubting it.
Champion Heart, yeah, Megazard. People just cracking jokes, man. Don't.
No, I'm not cracking jokes, man. I'm telling, like, seriously. I'm like, I'm looking at my chicken right now, like, damn.
No, but I'm cracking jokes. Champion Heart said, bro, I've been eating chicken for years. My shit still get hard. Pause. Champion Heart, don't ever tell nobody on the panel or the chat that your shit get hard. And that nigga got an eggplant emoji up here. Don't you ever use that again. That is not for men use. That's like a tampon. Yeah, nigga, that's a tampon. Men should never use the emoji, the eggplant emoji.
Well, maybe he was appealing to the ladies, you know.
Yeah. I bet
that's some Jonathan Majors shit right there. That's some Jonathan Majors shit going on.
Why he telling you your shit get? Why he telling you that, Megazord? He's Jonathan Majors. How you Jonathan Majors me? Come on, champ. It's my fault because I read it. Like Brandon Washington said, I read the shit out loud. Go ahead.
In what voice did he say that? My shit will get hard.
Go ahead.
I was laughing just because I was about to say something, but you know, because I hear what Megas are saying, but there's a doctor, a PhD doctor. I have to look for his name and I'll put it in the private chat. It's all up and down on YouTube if you search it, who claims that his sole purpose was he's like a scientist, something where they made I don't know if it's hormones or something, but they experimented with frogs and turned them gay. I'm not saying that's where gayness stems from. I don't know. I'm just saying I'm laughing because I'm saying to Megazar's point about the food and stuff like that. I'm impartial. I'm like, well, there's a black man out here who worked for a very esteemed institution. It's his testimony. He's telling everybody that they created something they were working on that turned frogs to being gay frogs, and I don't know. Is there something then that goes in our food that could, mess with our hormones, mess with our emotions? I don't know, but I'm not saying that's where gay people come from. So I don't want nobody to say because memory says she heard about frogs and frogs turn people to gay people. I don't know about that. I'm just saying what this man literally saying. He's got little clips up and down. I'll look for his name and put it in the private chat. So that's why I was laughing. Just I heard an interesting thing from that man. So I don't know.
Go ahead, Pittsburgh too.
Well, I completely disagree with that, bro. If it was about the food and that was the agenda, they would put that shit in certain neighborhoods and that would be that. You wouldn't have Disney with cartoons now where you got to sit down and watch the damn cartoons with your kid because you don't even know what's going to be on there. That would be the end of it if it was just the food, because it'd be silent. It'd be really unprovable because none of us got a lab to go test that shit. And they put it in certain communities where it's food deserts. They put that shit in the local McDonald's, the Burger King, the Wendy's, because that's all that's there. That'd be simple for them to do if that's what they was doing.
That's exactly what they're doing, though, Pittsburgh T. Like, real talk, bro. That's exactly what they doing.
So why they putting it on Disney? So why they doing it Disney too then? If they doing it with the food, why do they need to take the image and put it on Disney and have gay shit on TV? Why do they need to have these celebrities? If the food is what they're doing, it's effective. Why would they just leave it there where it's subtle and nobody can really see it and make it seeable?
Because it's all the way around. It's from every aspect. It's from every aspect. Because when you're trying to herd someone into a specific culture, you hit them from every aspect. Whenever you change a person's culture, it's not just entertainment, it's all the way around. It's not just let's just shove this down their throats, this entertainment down their throats. You see, it's a different strand of weed. The type of weed you see today wasn't around 20 years ago. It's shit in that also. It's all
brother, if the food is working, if the food is what it's doing, and that's not something that you're going to stop. If you're going to, like, say you sneaking behind enemy lines and you're trying to defeat your enemy combatant, why would you come through the front door when you can go through the side and they never see you? Why would you do it?
Talking about biochemical warfare.
It's all because it's all the way around. When you got a culture under siege, it's not just one aspect. It's the entire. It's everything. That's warfare. You speaking of warfare, it's financial. You're gonna intercept certain areas, religion, pop culture, the social aspect. It's all the way around. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is niggas were killing each other over a goddamn chicken sandwich at Popeyes.
That's marketing, though.
But they've been killing themselves over Jordans for years. We've been killing each other over Jordans for years.
Man,
so if that's what it is.
Hold on, no, them Jordans last longer than that chicken
I'm
sandwich.
gonna say we reach a new low over chicken. Niggas showing up with body paintings of Popeye, like
Let me let Food Revolution jump in too, because y'all two just going back and forth. I want to hear what she's trying to say too.
What am I jumping in on? Because there's been a lot of conversation.
I thought you jumped in a couple times right there, and I thought you just couldn't get a chance to speak.
Well, yeah, well, he was talking about biochemical warfare, but the thing is, on average, everybody's eating the same kind of chicken or whatever, but everybody isn't turning out the same way. And I feel like it has a lot to do with how you're raised in a home and what's allowed and what's not allowed. And like, for instance, when you talked about the Disney thing, you can go back to like YouTube videos and see like the old Disney videos, and they'll say, oh yeah, well, they'll show where like in one flick Mickey Mouse had a heart on and all that kind of shit, like from way back in like the 20s or whatever. So that's nothing new. They've been saying for Disney that they've been, pushing some type of sexual propaganda for a long time, but everybody ain't turning out gay. I'm talking about the shit, like my mother is 80 years old, and this is the shit that she was watching when she was young. And she, her generation wasn't pushing out a lot of gay people, so or known gay people, as as far as we know. So that mutes that whole argument there. And then same with like chicken. All chicken has hormones in it for the simple fact of the way that it's raised now for money and for profit. They pump them full of hormones because they put so many chickens in a coop. That's the difference between free range chicken and regular chicken that everybody else eats. They just put them in a coop, and they're so close together that they don't want them to get sick. So they pump them full of hormones, and they pump them full of steroids so that they harvest faster. That's the whole thing that's going on with the chickens and the avian flu right now. The reason why eggs are so much is because they're getting sick. One chicken gets sick, all the chickens get sick. So there's that whole argument about the chicken thing.
Yeah, I saw this. And before I pass it, I'll keep this short. It's a documentary from the dude Morgan Spurlock. He did a documentary, and it was about, what's it called? And it was something about chicken though. But basically, Morgan Spurlock. I got it now. My weird mind won't let me let it go. I gotta find out. Morgan Spurlock chicken. Okay, it's called Holy Chicken, and it's like Super Size Me Too, right? And it's a documentary, and basically we found out all the chicken that we eat in this country come from about 4 places. You know what I'm saying? 4 or 5 places, and they don't want people to get into the chicken business. It's fucked up how they do it. Oh, excuse me. It's messed up what they do with the farmers, how they do it. And far as even with that free range chicken, he had his chickens in a barn. All he had to do was put like a little fence. And when I say little, I'm talking about like 2.5 feet. It's no real standard. The government don't have no real standard. It's about 2.5, maybe 3 feet. And it's still a fence right there, but they're able to walk back and forth right there. That's considered free range. When I say it's about the size of like a tire. It's like just a little gate right there where they can walk out and come back. That's considered free range. So it's so many ways that they manipulate the game. And and he had to inject those chickens. Some of those chickens were dead. And basically you go from seeing him partner with a chicken farmer, raise some chicken, buy the chicken in a few weeks, kill the chicken, make a chicken restaurant. He did like a pop-up shop and sold chicken sandwiches, hired people for the place, and basically he had signs all up around the whole place telling people how the chicken got there, and it wasn't pretty all the time.
Yeah.
And people bought the chicken and ate it, and it was a fried chicken sandwich. You know, even with the whole process of how do you come up with the chicken sandwich, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, I saw a documentary on Netflix. Maybe it was the same documentary. But yeah, the way that they can market things by putting certain labels on them and make people believe that it's better than the other and mark up the price.
Right. Don't say fried chicken, Food Revolution. Call it crispy chicken.
Exactly. It's just all wordplay. It's all wordplay. And then they can mark up the price and say, oh yeah, well, brown eggs are better than white eggs. It's the same fucking thing. You think that you're healthier. No, just don't eat eggs at all. You know, if you want to be healthier, then your cholesterol levels will be better. But it's just all propaganda. So people get on this, and they just, ride the marketing wave, but they don't realize they're not really being educated. They're not educated about what they're ingesting. It's all the same fucking thing.
Hey Mark, I got some spit real quick. I found, you know what I'm saying, since I'm in the bag tonight, I went and put my research hat out. You can look in 1977, the New York Times published the first public expose of one of the government's darkest and dirtiest secrets, the CIA's MK Ultra program. It's like a 25 million effort by the CIA to learn how to control the human mind. One of the things that they used was drugs and food. This is an article written by what's this dude's name? Nicholas Horrock. Private institutions using CIA efforts to control mind behavior, August 2nd, 1977. So if anybody want to fact check, you can look it up. And I got plenty more because I'm not just talking. This is shit that I researched. It's the shit that's near and dear to me. So what I'm saying is it's from every aspect. But there is, like I said, it's really by zip code. And Pittsburgh T hit the nail on the head when he said in the food deserts. Because if you look at all inner cities, they're food deserts.
But that's always been a thing. They've always had food banks in poor areas.
And food deserts down there, they're diverse. Like our communities aren't just black no more. They're all diverse now. Because grandma done died, she done sold the house, and somebody done moved in, and we calling it something else. But our communities don't look like they used to look like 20 years ago. So it's hard to hit just one community like that. Now you're just doing it based on economics, not by skin color or ethnicity. You're doing it by economics.
Well, that's what
because poor neighborhoods, that's what it is. So it has nothing to do with black.
One at a time, because he already got a loud background. So one at a time, please.
I said inner cities. Inner cities now is compromised of anyone that's poor. I didn't specifically say nothing about black folks. I said inner cities, that's poor people. So
what I would say about
get to a good space, Pittsburgh T, because you got a lot of noise banging in the background. Go ahead, Food Revolution.
What I would say about the whole food situation, possible biochemical warfare or whatever, would have to do with the obesity problem. Most people know who have been listening to the program and me being on the panel. I've been a nurse for a long time, and I'm sick of seeing 11-year-old kids who are 221 pounds. You know what I'm saying? 11 years old, 221 pounds, which is leading to the diabetes epidemic. And diabetes is a very profitable problem. You know what I'm saying? You can charge people a whole lot of money just for being diabetic, because hormone therapy, which is insulin, is very expensive still in America and pretty much all around the world. So they're hitting you through your food in that way, trying to get people to be diabetic and pre-diabetic much younger.
Yeah. Yeah, sugar everywhere, man. That sugar is everywhere. They put that shit in everything. And everything got hormones, just to the point now. It was to the go ahead. Somebody was go ahead.
Yeah, but I think it's more economics. Like the ethnicity part, that has to do with the individual, right? Because poorer neighborhood they have less resources and they're going to be impacted more about this than anything. The part about different racial groups, it's up to the individuals when they have those things put up for them to say no, right? Because for the most part, all the stuff with the food, that's all by economics. All the stuff with the education, that's all stuff by economics. Because you look at the schools in the poorer neighborhoods, look at the ones in the richer neighborhoods. Most of this stuff now is economics.
I agree. It's there's no coincidence that the dollar menu is much cheaper to feed your family than it is to, go to the store and buy food. Well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it is, so, when you're poor, just the thought process of like, I need to feed my family. I'm going to go to the dollar menu, and that food is high calorie, low nutritional value, versus going to the store and spending $10 on 2 chickens and a side of vegetables. They don't think like that. They think, oh, dollar menu. I'm gonna go and get, a couple chicken sandwiches, some French fries, and a large Coke, and it's gonna be $10, $15 to feed a family of 4 versus cooking it.
Not my family for y'all niggas ain't get no large Coke. Y'all better drink that Kool-Aid in the refrigerator. And you ain't get no cheese on it neither. Don't even ask me. We got cheese at the house. my wife grew up like that, where she was like, she's like, my dad would never let me get cheese on the Whopper. He was like, we got cheese at the house. Oh my God. You get that McDouble. You ain't get no double cheeseburger. You don't need 2 slices of cheese anyway. So somebody in the chat said Connor Ben proved us right that them eggs are bad for you. You can fail a drug test with them eggs. Connor Ben is able to box again. Remember, if you don't know, he failed a drug test. He said, I'm a clean fighter. I didn't do nothing wrong. And he's been reinstated and basically been absolved of all damages. They should pay that man some money if that's the truth, because he said it came from eggs. And everybody agreed. Like, yeah, them eggs be fucked up though. I'm like, damn, so everybody?
But ain't that his second time, Mark? Is that his first time or his second time popping dirty?
I don't know. I just know this time it's eggs though. I don't know what about them other times. This time it's eggs.
It always seems to be, back to food. So like the clenbuterol or whatever, that was what cows over there in Mexico. With Fury, it was bull balls or whatever that shit was. And now Connor Ben talking about the eggs. So I think it's all some bullshit.
All right, let me do the super chat real quick. Rod of the Storm said everything has hormones. That's why I just buy organic. It might be expensive now, but at least I know what my family's eating. Not necessarily my brother.
I got 5 on it.
It's not necessarily true. Go ahead, Food Revolution.
No, that's what I was saying before. Like, you think that organic is better than regular, but at the same time, if you find out how organic food is processed and regular food is processed, it's all processed. It's not just, they're not just, the chicken is not just laying eggs and they're just, sending it out that way because being in the food industry, I realize everything has to have preservatives. So you got to figure out how they're preserving those organic eggs versus the way they're preserving, the regular eggs, and you'll find out that there's really not much of a difference.
And if you're getting your organic from Whole Foods, newsflash, Whole Foods getting it from China. Google the article. You'll be amazed.
Yeah, you have to research where your food come from. And the funny thing is now they're putting little barcodes on it, so all you got to do is scan it with your phone. So, and you'll see that most of the food that they say is clean or vegan or vegetarian or organic really isn't.
Especially if you go to the meat market where ain't no barcodes on that, and they just chop that shit up and hand it to you.
So what you feed this cow? Other cows?
Yep, that's where you get mad cow disease.
I'm
That's
just
that mad
saying,
cow disease.
y'all
shit.
laughing, but that's what they did, man. They were taking the bones from the cows, grinding it up, mixing it in with some meal and some other shit, and feeding it back to the cows.
Ew.
Of course, the
Yeah.
cow is mad. Okay, yeah, that's mad cow. He was like, nigga, I smell my mama still in this back. Like, nigga, this
Cows
my
are
mama.
herbivores. They don't eat meat. Yeah.
Or whatever they were using to fertilize the grass, whatever they did, but they was putting in some kind of meal type shit, and they like cows like, well, shit, I ain't got nothing else to eat. Like, man, it was fucking the cows up.
They do the same thing with fish. They feed fucking fish. That tilapia that you love, they be feeding them meal, like cornmeal.
Some
Like,
fish
They
eat other
feed them
fish,
doo
though.
doo.
But some fish eat other fish though. Like you can put live bait fish on your reel, and you gonna
they don't eat corn.
I don't know about that though. No.
If you think you could find any true food, natural state, in anywhere, that's a fallacy. This entire planet is fucked. It's
Man,
already been polluted in every shape and form. There's nothing such thing as you're gonna find something as it was over 100 years ago. Everything is processed with chemicals. Everything, no matter what, has something in it. You know, so to think that you may try to find something safer, but to think you're gonna find something purely organic is a fallacy, because this entire planet is polluted in every shape, form, and manner. There's just no way getting around that.
It's polluted by money. It's all for profit. Everything's for profit. Like Mark was saying, there's like 4 farms that everything comes from, especially in the United States. That's what that whole Monsanto situation was with the whole seed, you know, the way that they harvest their seeds, and they were suing people for, you know, starting regular farms, and if their seeds it was just some bullshit. It was just a bunch of bullshit. It's all for profit.
If you look at our oceans, just look up the Pacific trash land, and you're gonna see almost the size of states just floating garbage. I mean, we're like I said, if we think that this planet is clean in any shape and form anywhere, we're wrong. We polluted our airs, we polluted our land, we polluted everything, our waters, everything's polluted. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You can only try to be safer, but to think you're gonna get something purely, that's a fallacy.
That's
I
why
have a
say,
question for the panel.
That's why I say for real that once I found out what was in my food, I don't fear nothing but Jesus.
I have a question. Do you think that certain people are, you know, like back in the day, old school would be like, oh yeah, she just big boned it, or he's just big boned it, you know? Do you think that, because I look at so many kids, like I said, I mean, these kids are coming in with little ankle sprains or whatever, and then they get on the scale, and this 5-year-old is 115 pounds. And you wonder why your kid done sprained their ankle because they too fucking fat to play regular sports. You know what I'm saying? And they're getting teased by kids, so they want to come to the doctor and get a note so they ain't got to go to school. Do you think there is such a thing as being big boned, or do you really think that all people have regular bone skeletal makeup and their parents just allow them to be fat because kids are not getting out and exercising like we used to when we were little?
I definitely agree. Some people are just built solid. Like
Right.
I mean, some people are just built different. Like those kids are just big kids, and that shit is just genetic. Because I've seen some of these little kids in my neighborhood that I hoop with, and well, I used to hoop with. Man, he was like 14. And then the other kid, like, what's the kid name? Raheem, taller than me, bigger than me. I think he just turned 14 or 15. This kid is huge, man. He's like what, 6'3"? No, he about like 6'2", 6'3". You know what I'm saying? And he's huge. 14, 15. So but then you're even with people that are shorter, not even talking about height. We're just talking about somebody short. They're just stocky. They're more condensed. But they got big
Mike
hands.
Tyson, for example.
Mike Tyson, great example. Like he's natural. Like Mike Tyson, by his height, Mike Tyson might supposed to weigh about 185, 190. He probably ain't weighed 185, 190 since he was in like middle school or junior high. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude is just a naturally bigger dude. Like, but look at the size of his head though. Mike Tyson.
Yeah, but he was muscular. If you do a body mass index on most of these kids, they're mostly
No,
fat.
but he wasn't. But no, Mike Tyson, he was already a big kid before he was in boxing like that. He was beating people up, bullying people. He was always been a big guy. He was just.
But he wasn't fat though, is what I'm saying.
But to Food Revolution's point is that these kids nowadays
he was natural.
But to Food Revolutions, as everybody now trying to use the big bone theory for their fat ass kids and shit. Look, when I grew up, a fat kid in the school, that was maybe one or two, because it was rare to, you know, that was not everyone, man.
Right.
I mean, a fat kid was
out there,
and you know, there was no fat kids like that everywhere. Now it's the normal. Fat kids are everybody.
Man, there was fat kids everywhere when I was a kid, man. Looking back,
now when I grew up, man,
niggas been fat. Like I don't like.
I grew up and it wasn't fat. It was one or two, and that was it.
Hey,
they got clowned.
Niggas been fat,
and they get clowned, right? They were clowned.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Been fat because niggas' mama been feeding them bullshit.
Same thing with kids with glasses. Not everybody wore glasses, and not everybody was an allergic to everything.
Right.
Nowadays, everybody's allergic to some fucking thing.
Actually, it's
no.
It's
But Mark,
opposite.
Okay.
We're just more conscious of allergic reactions in the food business, medical things. Like we're learning ways to avoid that too. Like they'll tell you if you have a child now, start giving them peanut butter and stuff like that early so they don't develop an allergy. So
they had that. No, they had that when they were younger too. They always tell you to start your kids out really small. You know, like babies don't eat meat, right? I mean, obviously they don't have teeth, but you start your kids out just trying out little bits of food. That's always been a way, and to see what their allergies are, see how they do with that, and then in a couple of weeks you introduce something else, and then in a couple of weeks you introduce something else, so that you can figure out their allergies. That's always been a thing, but now everybody's allergic to everything. That can go to the way that they, pump up food nowadays. That can go to the whole, food industry way. That might have something to do with, how they.
We're not allowed to go through anything to build any tolerance, man. We're not allowed. Oh my God, I feel a little bad about it, man. Let your body adjust to this shit. But no, we don't want to do that. We need a pill for everything. We need a magic pill for everything.
Hold on, H. Let me jump in. Let me say one. Food Revolution. I can hear your ice or something, whatever that is.
It is the ice. Sorry.
Yeah. I got these headphones on, man. So everything y'all do is right in my ear. That's why I'm being so picky. I remember it was somebody lobbied in Congress, like I don't know if it was the National Farmer Society, whoever it was. So put a case on me because I don't have the article. But they lobbied and was successfully won in Congress where they do not have to tell Americans if their meat is cloned or not.
That's fact.
They don't have to tell us.
That's fact.
But they was trying to fight. Like, well, we should know this. It was like, nah, it's just gonna confuse the American public, and but also it was the farmers and it was a whole big conspiracy to not tell you that your food might be clone chicken or this might be a clone cow. Like they took away your power of choice, but because they said it was just going to confuse you. But I'll pass the mic.
Yeah, but Mark, look at the military though, Mark. That's the most controlled environment that you get people to go to these boot camps, especially like the Marine Corps. They got one or two places, one on the east and one on the west. Everybody go there, 18 years old, from all these different environments, and you get big kids, and they leave out of their slender. Why? Because they're exercising now, and they're in a controlled environment where they're getting controlled food. They're not getting processed food. They're still getting processed food. It's just not from that environment where it's the all the extra stuff. Everything is in moderation. Like to HLD's point, you're really not going to get away from processed food. But at some point, these kids are exercising less. If you go follow them back to the household, if it's more than one kid, it's not just that kid. All them damn kids in that house are fucking fat. The mama big, like it's bigger than Nino Brown. It's a whole big old thing going on with that. I think we're getting too small with some of this stuff. Like some of this stuff, it still goes back to choice.
Yeah, I think it all started in like the 1960s, or I think it's the 1970s when America switched from a they started talking about low fat food, saying that that had to do with heart disease. Low fat food is high in sugar, it's high in carbohydrates. So people start eating more carbohydrates. You see more cereals with lots of sugar and high fructose corn syrup. There are countries in this world right now where they will not allow snacks to be processed with high fructose corn syrup, like over there in China and I think in Switzerland and places like that. They have chocolate, they have sweets. They won't allow high fructose corn syrup. So people don't realize, you know, the way that the food pyramid is made now is high carb, low protein,
I
and
want
that's when the switch started.
and this goes back to Dr. Kellogg. Y'all know Kellogg, the cereal maker, right?
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah,
ever
the guy who said he made cereal so you wouldn't molest yourself.
basically like, well, no, that was when he was saying no, he was saying people should get circumcised so they don't molest themselves, because it was like you can't just have them tugging on that sleeve all day. But he came up with the cereal, and he said that shit was gonna be the way he had that cereal set up was because if you sat down in the morning and your wife made you a hot breakfast with bacon, eggs, grits, biscuits, whatever y'all eating right then, you're more likely to probably go bust it down and take your ass back to bed. You more or less likely to continue your rest of your morning, go to work. So that's how that Kellogg shit came up, like way back in the day. That shit was crazy when I first learned that. And I think Post came from Kellogg. Like he knew Dr. Kellogg. Like it's a whole story about Kellogg. And I want to say
The History Channel has a good documentary on the food that made America. They show the whole documentary how, you know, they came up with the toasted flakes and all that shit.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, go ahead. I passed the mic.
Yeah, people back then were not allowed, they did not have access to as much research as we do now. So they would just say, okay, America says, you know, this is the right thing to do. And I trust America because I'm a patriot and I'm just going to do whatever they tell me to do, even though it's making me fat as fuck.
But Pittsburgh T says something that comes down to it all. It's choice. And if we're not being accountable ourselves and we're just being sheep to the fucking system and you don't want to think for anything, then that's your own fucking fault. I know my kid ain't fat. You know what I mean? My kid ain't built on sugar and glucose and all this crap. He ain't. So that's because that I take the responsibility in my fucking house to take care of business. Now, if you're the type of person who wants to just blame everything else and not take responsibility in your household to what happens to your kids, then that's on you. Because it comes down to you. Now, are we limited to some certain choices of things? Yeah, you're not gonna, like I said, you're not gonna get totally natural food in this planet anymore. That shit doesn't exist. But you can make the best choices available for your family, and not only in food and education and morals and values, and not making your son being a bitch, because that's what this topic is about. You see? And so these are choices that stem home. If you want to let the system take care of your kid, then blame yourself. Because I know my Kate ain't being a bitch. I know that. Now, if he ends up being gay, that's on him, right? But he ain't a soft gay, I tell you that.
This is what I say to that, brother. I'm gonna keep coming with the facts. Cause I was just chilling in the cut. But everyone can look that in 2013, the environmental working group and Keep a Breast Foundation they published a list of the 12 dirtiest 100 chemicals that turned up in the core blood of babies of color. And they called them the Dirty Dozen endocrine disruptors. And it was dioxin, atrazine, phthalates, petrolate, fire retardants, lead, arsenic, mercury, perfluorinated chemicals, orthophthalmic pesticides, and glycerol esters, and bixphenol. So all of these chemicals went on to contaminate the blood of babies in poor areas. And it's not just it wasn't just black babies, but it was just babies in poor areas. Now, it could only affect them is depending on what their parents are eating. And these are what they call gender bending chemicals. So yeah, it may not affect me or it may not affect you, Mark, or us, but it could affect us in the realm of the children because they're born with certain contaminants in the blood. And this is researched by real organizations, credited organizations. So that's all I'm saying is we got to be aware on all fronts, because that's all I'm saying is be aware on all fronts. I'm not sitting here saying that, well, goddamn, you can't eat it. You just have to be selective, like HLD was saying. You just got to be selective, and what Food Revolution was saying. You just have to be selective, and you have to do the due diligence. First, you got to know your body and what causes certain conditions for you. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree, because what most people know about food is that I'm hungry and I'm going to eat, and I'm going to eat what tastes good. And I've learned, excuse me, I've learned, in my 5-year journey of eating, low carb foods and changing my diet, and finding out what works for my body. I educate more doctors, and these doctors have been doctors for 40, 50 years. Doctors don't push, they'll tell you what's wrong, but they don't tell you how to fix it from a dietary standpoint, because they simply don't know. They will give you medication to fix it, and that's all they know, and that's kind of what they're allowed. They don't know much about nutrition. You have to go to a nutritionist, and there aren't very many nutritionists available in most insurance plans. You have to kind of look for it yourself, and there's so many spin doctors out there, so much confusing information out there that people don't know who to choose or who to listen to. But there are a lot of doctors out there, they simply just don't know. And then you'll see a lot of doctors, they're fat too, and I'm like, well, how the fuck? And I've heard patients say, why would I listen to your fat ass about what I'm supposed to do about my diabetes, and you're fat too? And that's kind of true.
You're like, I'm fat, but I ain't got diabetes though, bitch. You do.
Well, we don't know if they do or not. Some doctors are diabetic. Some doctors have
You got more money.
rheumatoid arthritis and inflammatory problems. You just don't know. They're just telling you what they're allowed to tell you, because medicine has become very much for profit, as we all know, and it is become medicine on demand. So if you have a good insurance program, you can go to the doctor and tell them what you want, and they'll, just to get you out the office, they'll give you whatever you want. They'll give you an antibiotic for a viral problem, just because they don't want you to give them bad reviews, because medicine is a business, and their reviews really matter. So we're kind of in a fucking fucked up space as far as that goes.
Yeah, that's why it's the Food and Drug Administration.
One thing real quick, and I'll keep it short. Researching. I need to do the super chat. That's why they call it practice in medicine too. They practicing. They don't got all the answers. So plus it's a constantly evolving field. They learn something new every year. DJ said Jonathan Major's look was inspired by an anime character, Don Flamingo. People should do more manga. He's a very manly character that's a pirate. Okay, fair enough. Let me give him a drop, y'all. Let me give him a drop.
I got 5 on it.
I got a question. Did the character do this in the movie, in that movie too? Was he like this?
No, he wasn't. Okay. And it's obvious he's put right beside the.
Did he have this on too? I'm just curious. Like, I don't know a lot.
Why he wearing pink? Why he wearing pink? Of all the colors in the world, he could have wore. Why he wearing pink?
Also, like that character that he's doing, that's not the character in the movie that he's promoting. He's not promoting the movie where he's playing Don Flamingo. He's playing Kang, right? And he's promoting Creed 3. Facts. So I don't get the correlation of that character in this photo shoot. But I respect your opinion. I appreciate you though. Thanks for supporting the show in a major way. Go ahead, Sir Singh. And after this, we're gonna do final thoughts, y'all.
No, I was just talking about the Food and Drug Administration. That's why they control food and drugs. Because if you get good food, you don't need the drugs. You get bad food, you need them drugs. It's a hustle. As I said before, follow the money.
All right. Girl behind the mic, talk to me. Anything you want to say about everything we talked about? Actually, I'm gonna let you do final thoughts, but I just wanted to get your take on the stuff they were just saying though about the food.
Absolutely. So yeah, final thoughts.
I'm gonna let
Here,
you go last with your final thoughts. I just want you to respond to anything they said.
oh,
If
okay. I'm
not,
sorry.
you can do final thoughts last.
Okay. So yeah, no, great conversation. So with the food thing, I was thinking just on personal note, yes, perhaps the children these days, are putting on more. Is it that there's foods out there that are being, we might have talked about this, that are getting more steroids, more stuff that's messing up the hormones or something like that. But main importantly, what I wanted to say was I think because even as an adult, I'm learning how to eat. Sometimes, it's years where I went when I was going hard in the gym, doing these rigorous meal plans. I was just taking the meal plans, not even understanding the science behind eating. And I was thinking to myself, wow, I haven't even touched the surface of really knowing what your plate is supposed to look like. We all understand what portions are supposed to look like, but could it be that most of these homes is just that thing that's passed down from one generation to the next, where we don't know how to eat right, whatever that looks like, the certain carbs in the plate, certain protein in the plate, certain greens in the plate, and so forth. And the other thing I was thinking about was, which, because it was my sister, I felt better and freer saying it to her, if that's a word, freer. But I used to tell her to not tell my nephew to finish his food, because I grew up with that. And the illusion of finish your food, was very distorted, because we don't get one person meals. We get like 3 or 4 servings in a plate when you go out to a restaurant. Because I guess, truth be told, a serving should be like one of those little side saucers or side plates or whatever. But so, in an effort to finish my food, my mind, it took a while to register that you don't have to eat it all. It's not for one person. Portion it out, take some off your plate. And so I don't know. I think some of it will be psychology of it, how you're raised, uh parents probably trying to figure out how to feed you and all that other good stuff. But I will quote a doctor that I work with in Indio, California, who said, nobody is big boned. Dinosaurs are big boned. The meaning the skeleton doesn't put on weight or take off weight. It's what's outside the flesh that expands and goes back and forth. So there you have it.
Yes.
Ain't no yes. Ain't no yes. It's a no. Y'all telling me my bones weigh the same as Shaq's?
We're not talking about bone weight. We're talking about the
bones
flesh that adds on side of the bones. If you do a skeletal examination of one race of a person, or one whatever, and we're not talking about height. We're talking about just their ability to put on actual weight. Because when you get on the scale, that's why I'm against scales. They're full of shit, because they don't weigh your body mass and what is muscle and what is fat and what is water. Certain times of the month, especially for women, it doesn't break all of that down.
Fat people shit. I don't like scales. I'm sorry.
I mean they're full of shit.
I'm just saying that. Yo, fuck it. You look at the scale, be like, you lie. Y'all niggas worship these. Like,
yeah,
no,
well, especially with women or whoever who puts on water weight. You can't tell me how much of that weight is water or muscle or fat or whatever.
I know them titties ain't got no muscle in it. Well, some of them got it. Some people got a little chest plate. Some people got some bum garter going on under there. But for the most part, no, that's just titty meat.
Right. So that's why most people who are really, really serious about weight and all that kind of stuff, they'll just tell you to measure your waist, or measure your body measurements when you're trying to lose weight, or how your clothes fit or whatever. Just stay away from the scale, because it's a psychological trick. Because yesterday I looked like I lost 2 pounds, but today I drank too much water or coffee or whatever, and I retained a little water, and now I've gained. That's bullshit. You didn't gain any fat, and that's what you're trying to lose. And then another thing about exercise, there's a scientific fact. I can't remember. I can send an article that exercise does not make you lose weight. So exercise is a healthy thing to do, but it is not a weight loss tool. It's just for health. Diet is pretty much 80% of how you will lose weight and how you will keep it off. So people think that's the reason why they sit up there and they'll exercise and exercise and exercise and not lose any weight, because their diet hasn't changed. And if you can lose weight by just changing your diet and not exercising, but you'll never lose weight by just exercising and not changing your diet. So that's, I was just going with what memory was saying.
Okay. You want to plug and promote anything before I let you go?
Not right now. Thank you.
I'm gonna keep asking you though. All right.
You'll understand why in a minute.
Oh, sure. I love it. I love when the plan comes together. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your energy, and thanks for being a member and a neighbor to this show. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, Food Revolution. We had to throw a little curveball. I hope you enjoyed the conversation tonight. We did something a little different than what we normally do. I appreciate you though.
Peace to everybody on the panel. Thank you, Mark.
All right. Shout out to California too. Go ahead, HOD. Final thoughts.
Real quick, wanted to touch on what she said. It's not totally so as she said, because you do have a diet to lose weight, but if you're burning more calories in your intake that you're having, you will lose weight. So it works hand in hand. It's not just one and that's it. As far as losing weight, talking about that cloned meat, the United States, I kind of was looking into it. We don't have to label our meat if it's cloned or not, which is kind of fucked up. I think, and as far as the FDA and our food here in the United States, look, it's I've been using the double-edged sword a lot, but it is what it is. We still have the safest food on planet Earth. If you want to get some food, like go to South America and tell me if you want to trust the food over there. People have to buy their chickens, and when they do, they have to come home. And then they have to boil their chicken with lemon and shit before they even make the food, just to try to make sure they kill off all bacteria and shit like that. So we have a double-edged sword in this country. We have shit that goes on that we don't know of, just like with the clone meat, and who knows what shit happens with that with us. But we still have the safest foods on planet Earth, as far as trying to have the Big Brother watch over certain things. So that is what it is. There was something else I wanted to touch on, but I kind of just blanked out here in a minute. But that's all I got, man. I just think that personal choice at home runs the show. You run your family right, you raise your kids right, you teach them all the things that you need to teach them properly, and in all aspects of life. No matter how hard it is, if you have a kid, it's a fucking full-time job. And you better believe it fucking is. Don't let the TV be raising your fucking kids. But if that's what you're doing, then don't be blaming everybody else why your kid turned out to be a fucked up kid. That's your fault. Failures of your son is because of failure as your father. Simple as that. That's all I got, Mark.
All right. Appreciate you, big dog. You want to plug and promote anything before I let you go?
Yeah, hit the subscribe button. Breaking beats, baby. Keep it going, bro.
Hey, yeah, man. I tightened up my intro a little bit too, man. So when I close the show out, y'all get to see. If y'all didn't see the beginning, I kind of changed the intro up just a little bit. Same beat, but just switched up the pictures and the graphics.
What up?
Appreciate you, HLB. All right, go ahead, Megazord.
Nothing. It was just a great discussion, man. Like I said,
you was biased though, cause that nigga from Dallas. So I know you was biased.
I was biased about what? Oh, you talking about Jonathan Majors? Nah, bro. Like I would never
for that nigga, man.
No, I would never do nothing like that. But it's more harmful shit going on in the emasculation crusade than that cover shit he just did. You know what I'm saying? That's really all I was saying. Like I said, would a hero of mine do some shit like that? Nah. But you know what I'm saying? I respect Jonathan Majors and I like him as an actor. I love Martin. It's the funniest show, but nigga was Shanae.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Like it is what it is. But nah, man, it was a great discussion.
You think we need to cancel Martin? All these dudes saying masculinity and it's femininity and we need to stop doing this and hold on, let me put the voice on. Let me put the Brandon Washington voice on.
Mart, these motherfuckers ruining our community. We need to extract these motherfuckers.
Don't we need to start with Martin Lawrence then? If we're gonna do that?
Me, I'm gonna continue to watch Martin because I'm gonna be real with you. Yeah. I definitely.
He sold out for some laughs.
I'm definitely gonna watch Martin because it never made me want to be homosexual, and now I'm watching my son, and I don't see any of that in his ways. So yeah, I'm doing my job before HLD.
Some confused kid looking at Sinead like, shit, Martin got a fat ass when he's Sinead though. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Like they are confused. It's confusing the kids.
Oh, it definitely is, especially when I ran down the list of how many of them born with contaminated blood and shit. That, you know what I'm saying? I'm not just pulling these numbers out my ass. This is real shit going on. So yeah, bro. I mean,
that was graphic though to say pulling something out your ass. Ironically, after I just said it, that was hilarious. Like you can't make that up. But go ahead.
But nah, that's it, bro. Great conversation. Shout out to the panel. Shout out to you know what I'm saying, all of the day ones. Sir Senior, girl behind the mic, Pittsburgh T.
Shout out to the day 2, 3, 4s too, though, man.
Oh yeah, no, you know, I mean, they, you know, but I got to shout out to the day ones because we was, you know,
the day ones don't ran off, man. A lot of them day ones gone. Shit, a lot of y'all niggas be day 2 and day 26, like the group.
I'm still here, brother.
Yeah, some people left though, but it's okay though. I still love them. I got nothing but love for them.
Yeah,
everybody ain't gonna make it.
Again, thanks again, brother. Best facilitator on YouTube, and you know what I'm saying, till we chop it up again, bro. Appreciate you always.
Thanks for pulling up, man. Different type of content, just switching up from the monotony of boxing all the time, you know. Just trying to do something different. Appreciate you, bro. You want to plug and promote anything before I let you go? All right, well, he got an album out right now. He ain't even plug it. It's called Diamonds Amongst Men. Check it out. Diamonds Amongst Men. His name is Megazord, and it's a good album, man. Check it out. Diamonds Amongst Men. Go ahead, Pittsburgh T.
Salute to the panel. Salute to Megazord that just got off. Talking
Man,
about
I'm gonna let you do yours last. Go ahead, Sir Senior. Let me go to Sir Senior. And I'm gonna let you do yours last. Cause I know I'm gonna be fucking with you too. You know your nerves, but go ahead, Sir Senior. I ain't gonna bother Sir Senior.
All right, man. Salute to Mark Nash in the neighborhood. Salute to everybody who hit the like button. Everybody who didn't, you know what you can do.
Yeah. Go wear a pink shirt or something, nigga.
Yeah. Go dress up like your favorite gay cartoon enthusiast.
Yeah, there you go. Get out of Sir Senior. Talk that shit. Go ahead, big nigga.
But
because he from Texas. That's what all Megazord was doing. He from Megazord hometown. Megazord know he gonna run to him down there in the Dallas district somewhere, and he don't want to be on record taking a picture with him after he went up here and slandered him on Breaking Beat. So Megazord, he taking up for the hometown guy. I get it though. I get it.
Yeah, I could tell it. I was like, dang, he capping for him hard. He big cap.
Dr. Seuss big capping.
Facts.
Yeah,
he know that dude look soft. See, he look real charming-y.
Charming. Go ahead, bro.
But most definitely, you gotta make choices that's not just for your betterment or just for your betterment in the moment, but for longevity. And if it means selling your soul or your whole, man, don't do it. Don't do it. Respectful.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, big dog. You want to plug in one thing before I let you go?
Yeah, Sir Senior, Cooking with Sir Senior is about to drop some content real soon. I'm trying to meter my way through a couple of things, but yeah, I got some content that's gonna be coming.
All right, I look forward to
join
seeing
me
it.
at Cooking with Sir Senior. Always cooking. This home cooking of food for thought. Be blessed, be safe, be certain.
Yes,
Hit
sir.
the like button.
Hit that like button. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Shout out to Sir Senior. Go ahead, Pittsburgh T. And I'm gonna let Memory on.
Salute to everybody. As far as this topic goes, listen, man. I think we can go two different ways. Another way I thought about this too, while I'm sitting here thinking about everybody closing it out. We've also had men that were gay that were for our community that were manly men. Look at James Baldwin. You never seen him wearing no flamingo shit or no pink nothing. And you go listen to some of the lectures or some of the interviews he did, and you would be hard pressed to walk away from anything but nothing but respect with everything he said from the intellect and the way he carried himself. And nobody cared. Nobody cares about you being gay. The problem is that when you're doing things with the motive just to make money, that's the problem. That you're not really like that. That's a big problem. And as far as the food go, that's a whole different type of thing. I think that has to do with economics. And to make it a bigger point, and I'm gonna close it out on the food thing, NAFTA is the biggest issue when it comes to food. And the way that they regulate that stuff is the trade agreements from Ronald Reagan to Bill Clinton to the last one we just had. Like that has a lot to do with it, where the food is being produced and how it's being produced, because the larger issue is that we don't know what's proper food, because when we were kids, Mark, we had a food pyramid. Go try to find the food pyramid right now and go look at that stupid shit that they was telling us was at the top of the food pyramid. And it's in your psyche of that's what you're supposed to be doing. So then you give it to the next generation under you, and it just keeps going, and they don't even know where it came from. The government told us that dumb shit, had us thinking that we needed to do some shit just because that's what they needed for their economics. Because that's what all this food shit break down to, is economics, because it's not really regulated, because the food companies got so much goddamn money. The people that's supposed to be saying something to them, they in their pocket. So they not going to say nothing to them. And as far as the gay and the food stuff, I don't want to get too much into that. I just think some people make a lot of bad choices. And I think even if you are gay, great for you. If that's what you want to do, I just have a problem with people who are not gay representing themselves for something they are not. You should just be who you're going to be, and people cool with it. At this point, in most people's families, they got somebody who is gay at some point. The kids, the cousins, the aunties, the uncle, somebody. So we're very accepting, and we're not judgmental of that. I just have a problem with people faking doing some other shit. Salute to you, Mark, man. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, look, I think that's the thing. Somebody was like, well, what if homie's just gay, or if he's just wearing pink, light pink? I was like, shit, yeah. But he has done a statement on. I forgot to do that. Before I let y'all go, I need to do that. Damn, I should have did it while we had the panel here. He did respond to the backlash. Have y'all heard Jonathan Majors respond?
No, I have not.
Okay.
No.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear response to backlash. And he was talking about causing quote unquote good trouble, I guess, or raising some ruckus. Let me see. Is this it? Let me see. I can put it in the search right here. I find it. I want y'all to reply to that before we close it out. Because people are saying, yo, it's effeminate, blah blah. Jonathan, okay, played himself with Stephen Colbert. That's 14 hours ago. Jonathan, okay, hold on, y'all bear with me. Response to backlash. Because he said something about ruckus. He was like, yeah, talking about he's cool with having some ruckus. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Is this it? Nah, that ain't it. Let me see. Y'all bear with me. This ain't the article. I need to go back one more. But basically, in a nutshell, I don't want to paraphrase the brother. I want him to say it in his own words. Just want to make sure, because he's on camera when he says it, so want to put the graphic up. Responds to backlash. That's it. Try this one right here. Can y'all hear that?
No,
we can't.
Okay, good.
Can't hear anything.
Good. I'm phased by Lil Ruckus overcover. Here we go. I think this is it. I see the Ruckus. All right, boom. Let me share the screen so y'all know what I mean when I say these things. Share the screen. Boom, boom. All right. He said Jonathan Majors responds to backlash over his recent Ebony magazine cover. It's always good to make ruckus.
So what was your reaction when you saw the photo hit the internet?
I was actually in a photo shoot.
Oh wow.
Where my phone started talking and I went, it's cool. But there's a number. And when that number reaches about 32, something's happened.
Something's happening.
And I got a baby. So I'm like, let me check. I look and I go, oh no.
He don't even use this voice when he do movies, do he? Yo, that's a whole different voice.
Nah,
Oh,
that
it's
ain't him. That don't
I
sound
got a
like
number.
him.
I got like a 32. Like I got a number. That's it. Yo, I didn't even recognize his voice when he talked movie. He sounds like James Earl Jones. Like this nigga was like
Mufasa. Simba, I am your father.
This nigga did an interview.
Well, when I saw the video, I'm like, what the fuck is this voice?
Yo, I didn't even recognize the nigga's voice.
Oh yes, I think about the photo shoot. You know, and the folks that were there. Asia was there. Yeah, is that right? Is that right? Yeah, she was there. I thought about her and about
And a shout out to Ebony Magazine, because Ebony Magazine is gonna move some units. If not, people gonna be going to their site. That people are talking about Ebony Magazine more than they probably have in the last 2 years. But go ahead, that's gonna be on my final thoughts.
all the wonderful folks and the culture, you know, and it's great. A beautiful, beautiful blackness, art, culture, creativity. That's what we're about. You know what I mean? And it's always good. It's always good to make a ruckus.
Yes.
You know what I mean? When it's a positive ruckus, make the positive ruckus.
All right, when it's a positive ruckus, make the ruckus. Go ahead, Pittsburgh T, and then we're gonna let Memory take us home.
But what was positive about it? That I would have liked a more thorough interview. Like, what the hell was positive about that? Are you saying you gay? Like, what's positive about that? Because if you insinuate shit like that, you need to be more thorough. Like, these dudes be playing on the fringes of shit, and they be using catchwords, not knowing what the hell they saying. It's one thing to act intelligent. It's another thing to actually be intelligent. I think it's intelligently dishonest to say some shit like that without elaborating. Because what are you doing now? You going to the parades and you cool with the people? You finna come out? Like, what are you doing? If you're just doing it for some buzz and just to take a picture and you never say anything, you're not even doing any good to the community that you're trying to support. Because now you're leaving them in the wind. If you want to be the representative of them, that's cool. Nobody got a problem with that. But when you dishonest and you play games like that, that shit is dangerous, man. You shouldn't be doing shit like this unless that's who you truly are. If you truly like that and you truly are gay or whatever the case may be, I don't think in 2023, nobody really gives a damn. Nobody has a problem with it. The problem is that when you play this game and you're not really gay, that's the problem. And like I said, James Baldwin and many other people who have actually been gay, and we all have known gay people that were men that nobody has a problem with. Nobody's running around beating up gay people and have a problem with like that. It's just when these dudes play these games and try to be so smart just to get, like I said, it's about capitalism, trying to get money. And people are cool with it because it's about go get the bag, go get the money. No, you got to have some kind of morality behind what you do. If you ain't got no morality behind it, then are we all prostitutes? Because that's what it is. It's all about money. I yield the floor, man. I appreciate you, Mark, man. Girl behind the mic. Everybody else that's been on the panel, man. This stuff right here frustrating, man.
Yeah, what are you right? Because like when you see people like the Boston Scholar say, it ain't no one's business but his. What do you say to that?
He's on a public platform, bro. If you're promoting something on a public platform and you're not like that, why are you promoting it? Right? If I'm not a pimp and I'm out here with the whole unit on like I'm a pimp and I got a whole platform and I go to a 9-to-5 job, why are you promoting that? Why are you promoting it? If that's not selling out, because you're doing something for money that you don't normally do. So now it became, and you're doing it publicly. If you were doing it behind closed doors and somebody caught you coming out of a hotel with whoever you was with, yeah, that's private. But you did a promotional spread photo shoot on Ebony Magazine. That is not private. That's public. And you sitting there looking at what the rating is. Oh, it's 32. Yeah, let me go check it because of the rate. Like you looking for the ratings. That's what you're doing it for. You're telling us what you're doing.
I thought he was talking about missed calls, Pittsburgh T, to be fair. I thought he was like, my phone started dinging. So he was like, I got a number like 32. Like, damn, I got 32 missed calls, 32, you know what I'm saying, alerts. Like, I need to check that this shit dinging 32 times.
Well, it's the same. Okay, so even if I'm wrong, you're right. Either way, even if you're doing it for the attention, that's still wrong. Because now you're doing it for attention now. You're not doing it because that's what you insinuate. You playing the games. We all intelligent enough to know what that man was trying to do or what that insinuates. And he knows what it insinuates. That's why he never really went in depth with it. That's why I think he's morally bankrupt to do some shit like that. Because if you're going to do some shit like that, you need to come out and say, hey, look, man, I'm not really gay. You know, I know it looks that way. I'm not. Or if I am gay, yes, I am gay. You know, I've been like this for X amount of years. Cool. That's fine. Nobody's got a problem with it, but don't play the game, man. Either be who you're going to be, man. Don't let the industry tell you who you're going to be based on how many likes and how much attention you get. So I mean that's all I got to say about that. Man. That stuff there frustrates men because there's too many men that out here that do the right stuff, and them dudes get pushed in the front. It's way more of us that do the right stuff that don't play these little games than dudes like him. And like I said, there are plenty of gay men who are real men that you're not gonna run up on. You're not gonna have no question. If you got problems, they're gonna be having your back. Just because you gay don't mean you're not a man. But when you play these little fucking games like this, shit is frustrating. Be who you gonna be, man. Stop playing fucking games and let industry use your ass. I yield the floor, man. Man, this shit frustrating, man. I'm sorry, Mike, man. Fuck, man.
All right, look, I'm about to call this nigga Brandon the Boston. I'm sorry, I'm Brandon. I'm just calling him everything. About to call the Boston Scholar. Hold on, I gotta get him on the show real quick. See, because I think he missed some of the other points we had talked about earlier, but I gotta fuck with him real quick. I wouldn't be me. We'll see if he picks up the phone.
Hello.
Can I speak to Jonathan Majors, please?
Hold on, let me get Jonathan Majors. Yeah. What's up, bro?
Tell him to take off that damn flamingo suit. Seriously though, I'll keep wanting to call you Brandon Washington. Damn, Boston Scholar. Damn, the Boston Scholar's in the building.
Hey, he fucking up our community, man. Brandon Washington. He's fucking up our community, man. This is what black people need to do.
Yo, what's up, Boston Scholar?
I don't like him.
Nah, Brandon Washington riding with him because he a Dallas boy. He a Texas boy.
Wow.
Steers and queers, respectful. But go ahead.
Man, I personally think like,
don't talk to me soft, man. If you're gonna defend him, at least talk to me with a masculine tone.
Nah, I'm just, man, I don't really even. Yeah, I really don't. This is my first time hearing about it, to be honest with you. I've been kind of out the loop. I ain't been doing shit but studying, but when I seen it on your show, I was like, what's the big deal?
Man, this shit been going around, man. So I was like, you know what, on a Wednesday, hump day, let's just ironically, I do a gay topic on hump day. But no, I didn't look at it as a quote unquote gay topic. It was more about people talking about he is like the questions that I had. I was, because you missed it earlier. I'm gonna put the timestamp. That's why I'm in there early, so I can go back and timestamp this. But basically, people were saying there's an agenda causing the feminization of men and masculinity of women, and he is basically he's contributing to the problem with the emasculation of men, black men in particular, in pop culture, because he didn't have to do this. He's Jonathan fucking Major. Even that character that because the character basically is supposed to be a Don Quixote character, but the movie he's there promote is Creed 3 and the other movie. What's the other movie? What's the Ant-Man and the Wasp? He plays Kang in there. So people like, bro, this ain't even got nothing to do with the movies you promoting. Like the stylist came up with the look, but you could have said, nah, I ain't doing all of this.
I'm just confused. I'm confused that I feel like nobody looks for celebrities to raise their fucking kids and be role models. Like, how could he do though? So like Megazar said, we watched Sinead growing up. I've never once said, I wonder what it felt like to put on a dress.
Many did.
It was just the character. Nobody, look, D Wade's son ain't ever seen a episode of Martin.
Shit, you know them niggas.
But some people did though, bro. Some people did. I mean, we might not have did it, but some people, that's their role model, bro.
But the babysitter, because they had a male babysitter, that male babysitter did though.
Bro,
I might have had Martin on in the crib while he babysitting your kids.
I had a cousin growing up, right, while we was watching Martin, and everybody knew when he was like 5 to 3 years old that he was gonna be sweet as shit. He'd walk around, grab his mama purse.
Speak up just a little bit, or get close to the mic. Let me see.
We knew from an early age, bro. You hear me now?
I got you. I turned you up.
We knew from an early age that he was gonna be sweet. He grabbed his mama's purse. He walk around. He just did stuff that was out of the norm. At no point did he even engage in watching Martin with us. It's either in you or it ain't. Can't nobody watch a TV show and be like, I used to be straight until I looked at the cover of Ebony magazine, and I don't know. I'm just so curious right now. Like, I just feel like everybody be taking shit too serious. Celebrities are not don't put the responsibility of celebrities to raise and be idols for your kids. Let it start at home. Because my daddy is my hero. You know what I mean? Like,
propaganda is a real thing though, bro. And
it is.
Ebony magazine is targeted to who? The black community.
But everybody not. But just because your daddy or your mama tell you something, don't mean kids listen to their damn parents, bro. Like, you know how many dudes think they gonna be part of BMF or they gonna create another BMF because that shit is on TV and it's a popping ass show. I'm positive nobody parents tell them go out to be the biggest, best dope dealer you can be. But that's what's out there, bro. Like, that's a reality. Most kids not gonna. It's gonna be a section of people that's gonna follow that shit.
Scarface influenced a whole generation of drug dealers. They was like, I'm gonna do everything except what happened on the second VHS tape.
Yeah, so I agree that people sometimes want to. They don't know how to separate. They don't know how to separate. They don't know how to separate entertainment from real life. So I agree with that. But have you ever seen somebody who grew up that hated their father and ended up being just like him? We normally imitate what we've seen growing up,
or to the other extreme, like a Donald Trump. It's like, dude, like he don't drink alcohol and don't smoke cigarettes because he saw what the cigarettes did to his dad and what the alcohol did to his brother. But shit, you know, he still has his vices though. I don't think people are. I think people will go from one extreme to the other. Like, you can have a parent who's an addict and it'll make you not touch a drink. And you can have a parent who's an addict and shit, that shit is in you. One sip or two and it turns you to who you are. You know what I'm saying? You were who you were before you got here, some people would say. Is that what you mean?
Yes, I 100% agree with that. I don't think that there's no amount of. I get propaganda is a real thing, but it to a certain degree, you're gonna mimic what you grew up with, or you're gonna do the opposite. Like you said, you're gonna be like, I don't want to be abusive to my spouse because my dad beat my mom, or vice versa. You're not gonna look to the movie and be like, Scarface used to beat that bitch. I'm gonna beat that bitch.
Yeah, but probably,
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but Scarface is one movie. Like, it's by design that China, and we look at China and Russia as our enemies. Mm-hmm. Most Americans look at China and Russia as their enemies because that's what's been pumped into you before you even got here.
Yeah,
like that. Like, I think Pittsburgh T was talking about. They just started making military movie showing black guys like doing positive stuff too. Like,
stuff like cigarettes too, bro. Cigarettes too. Like in the 60s, those movies in the early 60s, all them old westerns like your parents used to watch, your granddaddy used to watch. They smoked cigarettes like a motherfucker. And had like a little flask with some drink in it. And then you went in the street and people were mimicking that shit. Most of those were smoking cigarettes.
To the point, point where the cigarette industry got sued by the government, basically the same government that allowed them to do it, sued them and said, "Hey, y'all can't put Joe Camel on. Y'all marketing the kids. I didn't even know you was marketing the kids. I just thought y'all was just selling squares." No,
and now they have negative ads.
Yeah,
but it was everywhere. It was in the movies. It was in the ads. It was everywhere. The same thing with this situation with this dude. It's not just his ad. It's his contribution to this, and it might not even be honest. That's the other problem with this.
But even with that being said, it goes back to entertainment versus reality. The entertainment made it look cool. But the reality was motherfuckers had holes in their necks and that cigarette where they had to be like, all right, I smoke cigarettes. And that was the reality of it. That made a lot of motherfuckers not want to smoke. Same thing with the China shit, right? So, of course, every movie I've seen, the Russian is the villain, right? And even when they talk, Germany, it sounds like they could be having a normal conversation about French toast and it sound like they up to some evil shit. But if I ever met a Russian dude, I wouldn't grab my gun and shoot him just because he's Russian, because reality versus entertainment is different. I have a rational mind. I would be like, I'm not gonna shoot him just because he's Russian.
Yeah, but you are gonna not trust him though. Like, you're like, damn, this
no, not even that's not even the case
over here.
No, I give him a chance, man, because like I know that entertainment is just entertainment. I know the line, like, yeah. And so you put me onto a movie not that long ago, Mark. You remember what they were doing that voice, the telemarketers?
Oh yeah, that shit crazy as hell.
That dude in that movie is gay, but it doesn't make a difference. Like, I still like his work. He was in that movie, The Harder They Fall, with this guy that we talking about now. Yeah. They might be.
It's not true. O'Keefe or whatever. He ain't gay, is he?
Yeah. He came out.
Oh, he did. Oh my God, are you serious?
Hey, I see. He's married.
You talking about the black guy that played
Lakeith Stansfield is married. Oh, he's with Exosha Rockwellmore. I thought he was gay.
Let me look him up.
He's been engaged. They got engaged December 2022. Yeah, he's engaged
I
to
might
his
have,
model.
I might have mixed that up, girl.
I
Behind the
like
mic.
Lakeith. Right. Don't break my heart. Don't break the
Thank God for
fantasy.
Google. You're right.
Hey, yeah, look that up for me real quick, Mark.
Yeah, I got it right here, bro. Thank God for Google, because y'all would be out here putting out some shit.
Yeah,
I
don't
got
do my Lakeith like that.
It's him and his fiance. They got engaged in December. They've been together in a relationship for quite some time.
Damn, where I get that shit from? Then?
He had another fiance that he was with since 2015. Her name was Kashmir Trice or Treese from Spelman. She graduated with a master's degree from Harvard. He's featured in. She's like that's his old fiance. She went to Harvard. Damn. She's a model for Ralph Lauren. Limited. Okay, go ahead. So yeah, what you on, man? This nigga keep him a bad bitch, nigga. You stop that shit.
Yeah, he ain't. But why this dude did that? But why this dude did that spread if he's not gay? Like, why did this dude do? What's the point of the spread if it's not promoting the movie? It's not promoting the book. Why did he do this whole photo shoot that he put out? That look feminine as fuck.
He got him a sister. Come on, man. Shame on you.
Hey, what? But why does that matter though, bro? That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
It's in public, bro. It's in public. You got kids watching you. That's why.
And he's not. So I got to put a case on him.
Oh yeah. We already established that. I could have been wrong on that. I didn't know that.
But he's saying why do we care? He's saying why do we care? That's what he's saying. And Pittsburgh T replies that once it's in public, the public has a right to have an opinion. What do you say to that, Boston Scholar?
Somebody has a right to have an opinion about somebody else. Like you can have an opinion. That doesn't mean it's valid. It's their life to live. Somebody somewhere has an opinion about how you should live your life, and you're not in the public. Do you give a fuck about what they say about how you should live your life?
I'm not getting money from the public, bro. If you get money from the public, go ahead.
Hold on. Whether I personally give a fuck about it is no. Do they have a right to have an opinion about my show? Like, I'm live tonight. I go live weekly, right? I talk shit up here. I say some wild, crazy shit up here. I expect the comments to agree with me or disagree with me. Some people gonna click the dislike button. Some people say I ain't fucking with this nigga. He crazy as hell. I know that's what comes with being in the public. That's why I don't put my wife and my child in public. Like, something has to be private and sacred. You know what I'm saying? Something got to be for you. But once you put it out there for the people have a right to have an opinion about it. And you can't be up there, man, stop criticizing me. Or stop picking on me. Or why y'all hating on me? Man, you gonna get some hate with it. Man, they hated on Jesus. If you believe in Jesus, right? I know some people are not, but like, I just know that's what comes with being in the public. It seems like you saying we shouldn't talk about it at all.
No, I didn't say don't talk about it. I mean, but a while ago he was getting worked up. He was like, it just drives me mad. Like, don't be up at night thinking about somebody else. Like, bro, relax. Like, shit. My
problem was that the dude did it with no backstory. If he come out and say he gay, cool. Nobody got a problem with it. But don't play this game, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, if he playing this game where he just doing it for, because there's no motivation for him to release this spread, because it has nothing to do with none of the stuff he's got upcoming. So if it's got nothing to do with anything coming up and you just did strictly for attention, that's the only fucking reason you did it with no backstory. He has influence. He might not influence us, but you got influence in our community. Is that positive, the shit he doing? Like, what the fuck is that doing to help anybody in the community?
If he came out and he did this photo shoot, they still would say the same thing, bro. They still would say, oh, they have an agenda.
He didn't though.
What I'm trying to tell you is that whether he picks a side or not, it's still going to be the same topic of discussion, because this is how people are. Everybody talks about how Hollywood has an agenda. On one hand, they'll tell you the Illuminati controls everything. We have no power. Then when stuff like this happens, they'll be up in arms about the shit they don't have any power over.
No.
Bro.
We did say, yeah, you missed that part earlier. That's what we were saying. Yeah, you got to, let me go on in this so I can timestamp it, because that's what some shit we was talking about. You have a choice. You definitely have a choice. He didn't have
check
to
your
do
text
this.
messages, Mark.
I'm checking Cash Apps only. Did you send this on there? No, I'm fucking with you. Go ahead. Finish up, man. So I can't. If you send me a text, I can't put nothing on. I can't put that on the screen. It has to be in a private chat.
Yeah, you can just glance at it. Just glance at it.
Okay. Lakeith Stansfield gay. All facts related to his identity revealed in 2022. This was 4 months ago, and I don't
see
know
that picture.
I see a zesty photo, but I don't know what gnewsbuzz.com is. I don't know how reputable this source is, so I'm trying to read through it. But
damn, that picture.
Yeah, I
If
mean,
that's a real photo, we talking about somebody
that's what I'm
wearing
saying.
pink.
If we're gonna go with the photo, we saying this other dude is gay too. Then if you going by the photo, shit. But this I don't know. I gotta read through this. But he's engaged though since then. Can he be
2023? Yeah, he could be gay.
Yeah, can he? Well, he got engaged last year in December. So
some girls down with that.
I'm trying to see the direct quotes in here. And this is somebody he's talking to BuzzFeed, but I don't see the direct quote, and I don't see the video of him saying I'm gay.
I just feel like I feel like black people focus so much heavily on people being gay. Like the churches.
You sent me an unreputable source right here, big dog.
I just wanted you to look at the picture, not the article. Just because we talking about the other guy's picture.
He said, "Don't read, nigga."
Yeah, just look at the picture because we talk about the guy wearing pink. That photo right there is more sus to me than the photo that Jonathan took.
But was it out in the public where he was getting phone calls and all that? Like you had to dig. Ain't nobody know nothing about that. Was that hitting the internet and people calling him and doing all this stuff that he know what the issue is? Like it's not like this guy's in the dark that he don't know that people think his ass gay, right? So it's up to him to address it or not to address it or just leave it like that. Like why would you do that if you did it and you know it's an issue? If you gay, come out and say you gay, cool. But don't play the game, bro. That's all I'm saying. Like you playing the game and you manipulating people. It's like these women who are married who have these songs about single women and they're not fucking single. It's the same shit. Why play that game? That's manipulation for money.
I feel like if people are weak enough to be manipulated by images, then they deserve to be manipulated. I've never.
FBI been doing that for you.
I want to
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Are you good?
The FBI been go ahead, brother. Let me let you go ahead.
Hey, go ahead. Cause after this, I gotta wrap it up. Go ahead, Boston Scholar, say your final thought, and I gotta let Pittsburgh T say his piece. We're gonna close it out with Memo.
My final thoughts is, man, a lot of people speculate that James Baldwin was gay, right? But James Baldwin meant a lot to the black community, and he did a lot of activist work. He never fully came out and said he is or he ain't. To my knowledge, could be wrong. Got to Google it, but he did a lot of good for our community. Yeah. And I feel like people focus too much on what somebody does in their bedroom, and I think that's weird to me because I'm such a private person. Like what I do in my bedroom is my fucking business, and what you do in yours is yours. That's why we walk around with clothes on. That's why nobody's dick hanging out of their titties hanging out of none of that, because we're private creatures, but everybody wants to know what somebody else is doing in the bedroom. And I just think that is weird, in my opinion. Right? That's my close statement.
My brother. Thank you. Pittsburgh T, say your final thoughts, and I'm gonna let Puro do his final thoughts, and we gotta wrap this shit up.
Yeah, as far as the James Baldwin, I only brought up James Baldwin to say that you can be gay and still possess traits as a man that everybody respects. Even if he was or he wasn't, that was irrelevant to the point that I was making. Nobody cares about what you're doing in your bedroom. It's like how you carry yourself. And if you're portraying an image and that's not who you truly are, then you're literally selling yourself out for money. That's what that is. That's what that looks like. You can say it's for drugs, for be a fake gangster, to be gay, to be anything that misrepresents you for money. That's what it is. But we're in a society now where capitalism rules. And if somebody does that and they say, oh man, but I got $10 million. Well, I would have did it for 10 million. You get a lot of people say, I would have did it for 10 million too. That's the problem with the society we in right now. If you're doing something for money and that's not who you truly are, and it goes against some moral codes that you don't have, then hey man, I don't know what to tell you. If people are morally bankrupt. I appreciate your show, Mark, man. I'm gonna go ahead and slide on off.
Pittsburgh T, man, I'm gonna hit you tomorrow, bro, because this shit is wild. Because hey, look, for the people saying I don't watch TV and I want to do it, yeah, it ain't you watching TV and want to do it. But let's say you're a content or a person who does creative shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen so many guys who quote unquote say they ain't gay do the Tyler Perry route on like TikTok, Instagram.
That's what I'm saying. Why? I don't get that either, Mark. I don't get it.
They trying to create a Medea type character, like because they seen Tyler Perry's success. no ideas original. Like, so they was like, shit, if his work for Tyler Perry, he just didn't do it one time. Like, he created a whole character and he stuck with this character. And that was his character, the Medea character. And from there, he became damn near a billionaire. I don't know if he's a billionaire yet, but close to it, based off that character. But we'll talk later though. Appreciate you, bro.
All right, bro. Hey, good night, everybody.
All right, good night. Well, shit, you're a member, so I think I'm gonna do a members only pop up, man. I got an idea. Somebody sent me some information, so I might do a members only pop up about that after I run it through the fax machine. Go ahead, Puerto. Give me your final thoughts. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, Mark? How you doing, girl behind the mic? Salute to the chat. My bad. Shit, man. As soon as I hit enter the studio or whatever, bro, I heard it was like, oh, you're about to shut it down. So I'm like, ah, fuck. Oh well. But
I've been
yeah. I mean, it's not the most horrible thing I've seen a guy do. I mean, is he gay? I don't know. He's Clubber Lang, right, in the new movie?
Kind of like a Clubber Lang type character. Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen worse, to be honest, but I mean, like, to each their own.
But he's not Clubber Lang, though. He got his own character. Because this is Creed. This is a whole different story. Like, it's a whole new franchise. And I'm excited about seeing it, man. I'm gonna get Stitch Durand on the show before the movie drops. The movie drops on 3/3/23. So either I'm gonna get him on right when the movie drop, or I'm gonna get him on after the movie drop. I probably need to get him on after the movie drop, after we seen it and talk to him about the movie and his role in it. Because I'm sure he has a small role in it, but he's still a part of it, you know.
Promises, bruh. We'll see.
I mean, I think he's been on the show 3 times so far. So
damn, man, I missed him all 3 times. And shit.
Okay. Yeah, and he's Latino, so you hate your own people. yeah. I'm putting a case on you, brown man. Brown man.
That's some funny shit, bruh. You got me on that one, bro.
Do y'all feel like that happened? Let me ask you this before I let you go. Do you see that in the Latino community as well? Like with your Mexican brothers and sisters, do you feel like it's an agenda like pushing them to be more feminine and make the women more masculine?
I mean, to be honest, Mark, I don't think it's like a cultural thing. I think it's a man thing, bro. I don't know. It's just, to me, it feels like, I don't know. To me, it just feels like it's just like a really kind of like effeminate, like kind of like time we're in right now. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what that is, but I mean, I see it from all walks of life, to be honest.
I appreciate you, bro.
All right, then, Mark. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Memory. Take us on.
All right, great conversation. So my conclusion about Jonathan Major, I honestly feel like he was maybe doing it just for the art of doing it. It was nice to hear people say that he was in inspiration of an anime character. I don't know who this anime character is, but I guess it just sheds light. Yes, the other side is, well, this is not the movie he's promoting, but perhaps it is him. He's promoting him as an actor. I would still also want to hear what's the inspiration behind that alleged anime character. Maybe that's his childhood friend. Or hero, a character he looked to, and he's 33. He's a younger millennial, probably just free and fluid in terms of he's looking at it from a thespian level. I'm not making a justification for him, but he definitely does not come from the era of probably where he would have to think twice, like, if my parents see this, or, because it seemed like when you're saying he was getting all these phone calls, he wasn't like, yeah, I was expecting it. He was just kind of like, the phone was ringing and it was going up and I got a baby. And so he checked. So I'm going to chalk it up to the game, to the art. Is it an agenda? Coming to find out that people have options. They don't have to do that. I think it's an individual thing. I think the same thing, right? People we want to call it selling themselves or getting to the top of Hollywood, however that looks like. But I guess that's what it's about for some people. And some people want to maintain their integrity and dignity at all costs and don't want to do those types of roles. So that's what I'm looking at it. Trying to think about what else we're talking about. Yeah. So there we have it. Do I think that Jonathan Major is gay? I don't think he is. He don't come off. And then when I heard him talk, I was like, oh yeah, okay, I see why.
Well, that song going off. He was like 32. It's like, man, he never even seen it. Like, I got a child, so when I get 32 messages, something had to be going on.
I was like, man, what happened to that? What happened to that voice like this? Like,
He was sounding like this in the movie.
Nigga get on camera and be like,
So I wore that pink child. And I had that red lace on my chocolatey skin.
like, nigga, never heard of it. Like, what's going on here?
That voice took all the sexiness I thought he had. The voice melted it away. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, stick with man behind the mic. Just deal with what you got to deal with. At least,
right. He sounds manly.
at least you know what you're dealing with. There ain't gonna be no dookie on it.
Oh man.
Shit, I didn't have to say that. I always go too far. Let's wrap this shit up. Hey, look, man, this shit right here was called The Agenda. This series that I'm about to do is inspired by the book that you wrote. Can you tell us about that book before I let you go?
So definitely it was a point in time in my life throughout the writing where I felt compelled to write a piece just because of the frustrating situations that were happening around the globe, specifically as well as it pertains to being Black in America. I was looking at things that were happening, trying to figure out why they happen the way they do, how they happen the way they do. And out of those frustrations, I just took to pen and paper and I said, maybe perhaps it's not a one size fits all. It's definitely organized thought form of my opinions. But it was just a point where I was wondering, you know what? We have seen what we've been up against. Maybe in some of these chapters I talk about maybe just focusing on what we need to do as a people to move forward. And I highly emphasize it's not to neglect the history or not to neglect how we view non-Black people's treatment to either us or our ancestors, but sometimes perhaps just moving forward and facing our own opportunities or our own potentials in a sense. So in a nutshell, that's when the book was born.
Right. So we're gonna be taking some topics out of this book. This topic didn't come out the book, so don't bash the sister. How can they purchase this book?
Definitely Amazon. You could go to my tree link and click. Okay, perfect. The tree link is in the chat. Click on the tree link and there's a link that says purchase the book. You could get the book on your digital devices, even your phone, and or you could purchase a hard copy directly from Amazon.
Okay, cool. Definitely get that hard copy. All right, so I got your link in the chat. And yeah, so we're gonna be doing some of these agenda type topics, and we're gonna break this down more as the show progresses. If you guys like the content, let me know. You got an idea for the topic, but definitely Memory will be trying to co-host these with me as much as she's available. I'm trying to get her out of her shell. That first hour, I know she was like, man, drop the link, bro. Drop the link, I'm done. Like, shit, I ain't got nothing else to talk about. We don't went through the 5 questions. Shit, drop the link, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I dropped the link. Dropped the link to stretch the episode out a little bit. But I really enjoyed you, my sister. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your support and your dedication to making this show a success. I couldn't do it without you, especially this episode.
Absolutely. Shout out to you, Mark Nash, in the chat. Love you guys.
Love you more. Hey, look, if I did this episode and I didn't start the show off with a woman on the panel, I wouldn't have did it. I had to have a woman by my side the whole episode tonight. Cause they would have put a case on me.
They would have put a couple cases on you.
Like, Mark Nash, you just wanted to look at them pictures. You pushing the agenda, nigga. Man, I love you so much. Yeah, I love you so much, man. Appreciate you, man. My birthday in 4 days, y'all. So we're gonna have a real good time on that day. It's the 27th. So I look forward to y'all, man. Pull up on the birthday episode, all right?
All
right, peace. Bye. All right. Y'all pull up before the birthday episode too. I think I'm gonna do a game night probably on my birthday episode. So we're gonna have a good time. All right, well, it's your man Mark Nash, another great episode of Breaking Beats, where we break down business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, and anything else you and I feel like talking about. It's a hip-hop political sports show with a comedy twist. Let me say that again. It's a hip-hop political sports show with a comedy twist. We like to let the jokes fly because life is serious enough. Like, yeah, hip-hop is going to be in a little bit of everything we do over here. We definitely gonna get into some politics, and we're gonna have some uncomfortable conversations. But as always, we definitely gonna lock in on the sports, and we're gonna have a good time while we're doing it. So appreciate you all for your time and energy. I revamped my intro a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna run the intro after I do this neighbors only roll call. We got a survey in the chat. The survey in the chat says this. These are the results from the survey. Is there a Hollywood agenda? I don't know why I misspelled. I misspelled it. I changed some things around. Is there a Hollywood agenda to emasculate men? 81% of the audience says yes, there's a Hollywood agenda. Got 74 votes. Didn't get 74 likes on this episode. We tried though. No, people are just chasing the bad. 19% of you guys said nah, it's just people who are individuals. But 81%, a resounding 81% says Martin Nash is an agenda. All right. So let me do this neighbors only roll call, and I'm gonna roll the outro out, the new outro. And yeah, man, I look forward to seeing y'all on the next one. If you are a member, if you are a channel member, I might do a pop-up real quick. I'm gonna call Shan real quick and give her the news that I got. If she want to do the pop-up with me, I'll do a pop-up real quick for about 30 minutes to an hour with Lady Shan, and I'll drop the link, let y'all kick it with us. If you are a member, to the channel, again, you have to be a member to see that episode. You won't even see it pop up unless you're a member. So let me do the neighbors only roll call to all the members, because without you, the show would not be the show at this level. I mean, I would still have a show now. It just won't be this dope without y'all. Y'all make this shit popping, man. So shout out to all the members, aka the neighborhood, the neighbors. What up? Y'all show love and support to me, and I'm gonna continue to show love and support to you. Let's give them all a roll call. Shout out to Lennox Lewis, aka Ben Adams. What up? Miss Queen Sunkissed. What up? Rockman. What up? Juan Davila. What up? Beyond the Ring with Nonito and Rachel Donaire. Great topic again today. Y'all check that out. What up? Kansas City Mac. What up? That guy Eclipse 330. What up? True Media Today, USA Boxing. What up? Tar Heel Resin. What up? Puto. What up? Stephen Bateman in Australia. What up? Food Revolution. What up? C Jones 0224. What up? KP from KC5. What up? TJR. What up? Matt Wade. What up? DJ. What up? Karma Serene. What up? Ill Status Boxing. What up? Ace Retro. What up? I'm sorry, I'm reading something somebody just texted me. Ace Retro, Tank the Sweet Science Examiner, Beyond Above Media, Pittsburgh T, you killed it tonight, bro, and really enjoyed your conversation. SF City Slicker, I Know Boxing, Boxing Lounge, It's Mex, Mike from Boston, Ride of the Storm, Here to There, Taylor Bell, Maddie Yoel, Cliff Bailey, Con Shonery, Lisa Bells, Cooking with the Champ, on the mic with Terrence Bailey Sr., HLD, Cooking with Sir Sr., Brandon Washington, Lady Shan Dundam Season, D Bevel the Champ, and of course the big fish himself, my good brother Derek Lincoln. All right, man, I love y'all. Hope you love yourself. If not, guess what? God loves you. So does Martin Nash in the neighborhood. Yeah. She said members pop up. Hell yeah, I might got something for y'all. It's some speculatory shit, but we can talk about it for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's some speculation shit, but some bots and gossip that just hit my line. So I don't want to put the news out there because I don't want to put out fake news, but I'll do some gossip with y'all on the members only side of the game. Why not? Let's talk about it. Always remember, respect is free. Disrespect gonna cost you everything: your family, your freedom, your finances, most importantly, your life, man. And your reputation. You know what I'm saying? So let's all show each other love. Let's show each other respect. As long as we keep it somewhat respectful, we can come back and do it again. I got a link in the description where you guys can, and ladies, you can get this shirt in pink too, fellas. If you want this shit in pink, you can get this shit in pink. We got pink versions of it too. There you go. You can get you a Dreams Require Your Sleep, Goals Require Your Effort. You can get you the Martin Nash shirt. Get you all the, matter of fact, no, these only come in 3 colors: black, red, and blue. Kept it gangster, nigga. But yeah, Eric, and I think this only comes in black. But this right here, yeah, you can get you a pink Martin Nash shirt. Yeah. Dreams require your sleep, goals require your effort. So with that said, I love y'all. Hope you love yourself. If not, guess what? God loves you. And so does Martin Nash in the neighborhood. Let's roll this outro. Lady Shan, I'm about to call you real quick. and then I'm gonna start this motherfucking show for this members only. All right, and like that, we're gone. Sometimes we're gonna agree, sometimes we're gonna disagree. But one thing's for certain, two things for sure, homeboy. Never forget this.
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
Oh, yeah, and Snowfall just came back today with a new season. So cool. I can't wait to see that tomorrow. All right, drive, motherfucker. I hope y'all like the new outro. Same beat, same style, just change some faces up, some familiar faces for the audience. Let them know we working out here, baby. Let's get it.
This that squad sound.
All right, I'll see y'all on members only. About 15 minutes. Peace.